Hello everybody, welcome to the Daring Player Squad stream. It's Saturday, which means it's myself, Rashi, and Joyce. We're playing Chrono Cross. No, we're playing Radical Dreamers.
Radical Dreamers.
The Unstealable Jewel. With or without bad voice dubs. I forgot to add that in the title screen. Yeah, so, for those of you who don't know what Radical Dreamers is, it is the bridge between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. It didn't come out in English, so this is a patch version with English titles. It also contains, I won't say spoilers, what does it do? It contains kind of like the very first mission you will play in Cross, as well as it kind of shines some information on the relationship between Kid and Surge, who are currently in this game.
Yeah. Also, you should mention that this is still a completely alternate universe to both games. But it with the amount of time travel and universe travel going on in both games, you can forgive that.
Yeah. What happens when you mess with time space is that you open yourself up to a bunch of parallel dimensions.
Yeah, parallel universes, parallel dimensions.
Yeah.
So even though it's not directly canon, they are still connected.
So I've rigged up everything to my PS4 controller, so I should be able to navigate efficiently with the current controller settings. So here comes Radical Dreamers. If I remember correctly, I did start a new game. I did start a game to kind of test everything out, make sure all the sound was okay. For some reason, everything's in French for the first part. I don't know why.
It's just the menu.
It's just the menu screen. So we're gonna go Le Fast.
Le Fast.
I don't know who this is. I think it's McGill.
I don't know. Oh no!
No, that's not her.
No, that's likely Kid.
It's likely.
Boy, did her information help?
She would have she's like she'd have an accent. She doesn't have an accent here. I think it's Maggle. So I'm just gonna give him Maggle's voice. Boy, did her information help? I thought the perimeter's counterspell would be quite a problem. Kid's braid sways gently to side in the cool nighttime breeze. So far we've... Oh, this is from the context of, this is from Surge's point of view, I forgot. Sorry. So, the beginning of this, if you've missed it already, because I played it a few times while we were waiting for everyone to get in, it is a young man is looking at his long-lost grandfather's, diary, who is Surge, and he is, reading the contents of it. So what's Surge's voice gonna be like?
I don't know, it's not something you'll be using very much.
Yeah, not after this, yeah, so he's like, Kid's braids!
Oh god, no!
Sways gently from side to side in the cool nighttime breeze. No. Sorry, this is gonna be a long ass game and my throat's not gonna hold out.
No.
Let's give him more of a child's voice, like, a kid's braid sways gently from side to side in the cool nighttime breeze. So far, we've managed to slip through the magical shield network undetected and sneak into Link's domain. Still, the inner region can make for some pretty rough travel. Kid, McGill, and I, yeah, it's from Surge's point of view, comprise of this party of 3. There you go. It's been something like 3 years since Kid and I met. Back then, I was a drifter, wandering wherever my music led me. Oh, of course, he's a
bard.
musician.
Yeah, he's a bard in this.
Today, my stay at the remote town of Regiora, I end up running into a girl who later joined me, leading me to the beginning of all this. That girl was Kid. Kid is a thief, of course, not even 17 years old. Already, she's widely renowned as the top professional. To make matters worse, she's cute, devilishly stylish, and has a sparkling personality. And boy, can she cook, if you ask her, that is. Well, to be completely honest, she has her share of problems as well. She likes to think of herself as a kind of a Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but that's not the case. At times, her sharp tongue can get the best of her, viciously lashing out at anyone who stands in her way. She exaggerates every other word and sometimes lies outright. And as for listening to other people, well, forget it. When it comes to money, well, I've never met anyone greedier in my life. Her relentless pursuit of wealth is ironic, considering she's a nomad like me. I don't know, maybe I'm too hard on her. She has her good points, too. She can really shine sometimes when she wants to. I kind of want to do Forrest Gump.
You're gonna have to keep that up through the entire night. I'm gonna let you know.
Back over my shoulder, I notice a silhouette
No.
now. Jenny, I love you, Jenny. I notice a silhouette now. Glancing over my shoulder, I notice a silhouette silently emerged from the grave.
Grove.
McGill. This associate of kids is known only as McGill of the Shadows. I know nothing next to him except for the fact that he somehow knew Kid before I came into this picture. A high-class magician of some sort. He looks to be about 30. He usually keeps to himself, though.
That's so creepy.
The top half of his face is covered with a mask at all times. I've never even seen what he really looks like.
He's like 30 and she's like barely 17.
But they're thieves. Like, it doesn't really fucking matter.
No, but just imagine that for a moment.
First of all, he said he looks like 30. Right, so he could be a bajillion years old.
He could be like you, and she could be like me, where I'm older than you by a month.
Yeah.
And I will look like
be perpetually 12.
I am perpetually 12, and you look like you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
I know it makes for awkward dates sometimes.
At times, it seems as though I'm hanging around someone from another world. Traveling with this pack is definitely an interesting experience. Kit's quiet about her past too, but it's like I know her entire life story compared to how little I know about McGill. From time to time, I find myself wondering who he is, where he came from, and so on. I'd ask Kid, but I'd get the impression she knows as little about him as I do. You might be wondering, how did I end up where I am now? Well, there's a lot of reasons, I suppose. I guess you could say my life doesn't always go how you plan. Suddenly, Kid comes to an abrupt stop.
Seems like someone wants to say hello.
Out of a nearby thicket, two shimmering eyes catch my attention. Whatever it is, it's staring at me silently. After a few moments, a few more pairs of eyes appear. They seem to be surveying the area. A deep feline growl breaks the uncomfortable silence, and I realize we're being hunted by a pack of feral cats.
Feral?
I'm just gonna mispronounce words just in weird ways. A few figures slowly approach from behind the trees. I look behind me, only to see they've already encircled us. A few more slowly creep in, now totaling about 10. Chills run down my spine. In a daze, I clumsily unsheath my knife, grasping it tightly as I bite my lip. Kid stands ready with an air of composure.
Careful, mate. These buggers are probably rabid.
This growling increases, now a constant rumble all around us. Their yellow eyes shimmer like jack-o'-lanterns while saliva drips from their snarling jaws. The middle one's stomach gurgles as its eyes widen, fixed directly on me.
Looks like we ain't getting out of this one without a fight.
You might recognize some sounds, by the way. I'm going to attack it with the darkness. I slash viciously at a nearby cat. Startled, it leaps back with incredible reflexes. I stay on my ground, not getting even closer to the beast. Hearing a howl, I know I've hit my mark. Licking its wounds, the animal recovers after a moment of pain. I ready my knife, waiting for my next chance to attack.
Surge behind you!
I turn around to see that I'm now face to face with a pair of ravenous yellow eyes. I'll use my magic. I barely miss a set of claws as I dodge a quick attack. As it lands and starts to turn around, I take advantage of my opportunity and chant an old spell of mine, hoping to get the incantation right. However, nothing happens. The feline pounces again, but because of my fumbling magic, it takes me by surprise. Its massive body is suddenly on top of me, forcing me to the ground as it tears into my shoulder. Shuddering, I throw it off me before it does any serious harm. Here comes the next attack. As I try to secure my footing, I accidentally trip over a rock and become dazed for a second or two. Regaining my composure, I see a cat has already started to charge at me. It'll be on top of me in a matter of moments unless I do something fast. Suddenly I feel— oh crap, this is actually timed, right?
I don't know.
I feel intense heat from behind me, followed by a bright red flash that darts out, striking the cat a bit. No, never mind. It drops to the ground, burning from head to toe, making hideous howling noises as it tries to extinguish itself. I take a moment to watch the smoldering feline run away. In fear, I look up only to see McGill towering over me. He shoots a glance at me, then moves on with a cold gaze in his eyes.
You've done fucked up.
I take a deep breath and try to tighten my grip on my knife, now slippery with sweat. Then out of nowhere, Kid flashes across my field of vision and lands a direct hit onto a cat beside me. The cat screeches in pain as Kid pins it to the ground, stomping and kicking it with all her rage. Without a moment's delay, she boots the animal up underneath its jaw. It moves no more. All of a sudden, the crazed atmosphere gives way to a war cry behind me. I whip around to see McGill's Inferno spell, sending a cat head ablaze. It jumps up, screeching and howling in madness before running away wildly. In confusion, it runs directly towards a tree and knocks itself out cold.
Oh, poor kitty. Oh, poor demon kitties.
And a feral. Poor clouder of wildcats. Glaring
of cats.
I look around and see that the only one of the pack hasn't been taken care of yet. And as Kid and I start to close in on the beast, it bolts, fearing for its life.
Well, that was some workout, eh, mate?
Says Kid, coming towards me as she tends to her arm. I take a deep breath as I look around, trying not to step on too many of the bodies. I'll admit I was a little worried back there at times, but nothing too serious happened. I tried talking to McGill, despite knowing how he'll react. You alright? With an expressionless face, he looks down at me blankly. You need not worry about me. Wow, that affection is just overflowing from that guy. However, I probably shouldn't start complaining now. We've got a long way to go. We haven't even set foot in Viper Manor yet. Kid glances over to me, seeming eager as ever, ready to tackle what's next.
You gonna hang around all night, or what, mate?
No way, let's go.
Hey, come here.
Trying to ignore my aches and pains, I head over towards Kid.
Good job back there, mate.
She comes closer. I can see the reflection of the moon in her eyes, and she gives me a warm, comforting smile.
You're so smitten. But come on, we can't just stand around all night. There's treasure waiting to be found.
I'm still lost in her eyes as she starts to set off. McGill continues behind her without a hitch. I hurry to catch up behind the two. In a place like this, getting separated would be a bad idea. Yeah, I'm fucked. I got into this fucking mess because I wanted to get laid. That's basically what ends up happening here. We continue to make our way through this natural labyrinth of wood and rock. Somewhere, quietly waiting within this huge forest, Viper Manor beckons us. Deep within lies the treasure we've come for. Lord Lynx, as he's formerly known, is an aristocrat who governs the region.
Aristocrat.
He's an aristocrat who governs the Regiona Outlands. And the way Kid talks, he's apparently an old adversary of hers. Tonight our goal is Lord Lynx's most prized possession, a scarlet jewel known as the Frozen Flame. Besides being priceless, some say this beautiful stone harbors some sort of mystical power. They say many people have sought after the flame, but none have been victorious in stealing it. Viper Manor has claimed many lives. But we will succeed. We pride ourselves on making the impossible possible. Besides, the way Kid talks about Lynx sometimes, it sounds like she's got an awfully personal vendetta. She's got an awfully personal vendetta against them. We can't lose. We've come too far to lose. And so, after having spent countless of hours crossing this dreary, lonesome forest, the silhouette of a towering mansion finally comes into view through the trees.
Yeah, you could definitely turn up the desktop audio
More?
more.
Eyes can go now.
That'll do. Yeah, because our voices are quite loud.
Alright.
We made it! Your days are numbered, Lynx!
We quickly make our move, quietly dashing out from behind a thicket. Once at the mansion wall, we creep stealthily along the perimeter, searching for an entry point. I feel like I should do this in Solid Snake's voice.
Not too late to change it. You have an entire game together.
After a short while, we come to a terrace near a garden, which looks relatively inviting. Nah, too deep. I want a new voice for this, but I don't know why.
Could do the Solid Snake, but younger. Without the
gruffness? Nah.
Without the gruffness.
It doesn't look like there's any guards on patrol. Still, the mansion gives off a strange, sort of morbid feeling, as if it's quiet as death. McGill raises the towering fortress. We can enter into the west wing from here. There's no need to look elsewhere. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Kid says, jumping over the terrace handrail. Halt! Shouts McGill from behind, staring at Kid. Our goal is the frozen flame, not vengeance on Lord Lynx. Remember this, Kid.
Hey, no problem.
Is it Irish or is it?
I'm pretty sure she's some kind of Aussie.
Is it Irish? Hey, no problem. She said, no problem. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, I guess so. So I think she's got an Aussie accent. I will double check later.
Ain't gonna be nothing to it. Like taking candy from a baby. That was weird. We'll be out of here before that slimy rat knows what hit him. Yeah, you low-down, good-for-nothing bastard. I'll make you pay.
There she goes again.
Come on, I'm getting tired of waiting around.
She yells before bolting into the mansion. McGill shakes his head in silence as I chase after Kid, already deep inside. Snark! the darkness engulfs me. Crawling in my skin! There, the darkness.
No, you're like... The darkness engulfs me. Venom?
Passages extend left and right wherever we turn. Darkness awaits.
Take a left.
Left passage. As though we're inside a giant snake, the passageway twists and turns, stretching deeper and deeper into the mansion. And now, we now stand in almost complete and utter darkness. Just a trace of moonlight manages to illuminate the path. I stop for a moment and realize it's completely silent. I feel as though we're being watched silently by every single being in this dreadful house. Taking a deep breath, I move on. And I set my foot down slyly, with the stealth of a cat, yet so valiantly composed, Kid falls behind in stride, drifting in and out of the shadows. The macabre, is it macabre? Macabre, right?
Yeah.
Macabre figures of Mago looks out from behind. The Weaver of Fate has surely by now taken notice of us, cradling us carefully in her arms. After a while, the path splits into 3 directions. To the left is a descending staircase, while the path on the right extends into darkness. Another passageway lies ahead.
Go down the stairs.
As I start to slowly descend the stairs in the dim light, I stretch my hand out in front of me to try and feel for something. However, all I'm greeted with is the moist feeling of grimy stone walls.
You really had to just go in there for it.
Still. We've descended the staircase. To the left lies a huge stone archway, and to the right we can see a narrow path twisting into the darkness.
Go to the right.
The passageway makes for a sharp turn to the right before stretching on through the subterranean maze. Before long, we're greeted with a beautifully ornate set of doors on the right. Strange, there's a distinct smell from flowers coming from here.
Enter the room.
We've come to a comfortably decorated room. Small trinkets have been placed on the desk and shelves, adding some charm. The owner of this room has obviously gone to great lengths to try and bring a somewhat graceful lifestyle into an otherwise dark mansion. Still, the room seems to carry an unsettling stillness within.
Bet it's Lynx's daughter's room.
Kid says, surveying some of the items. The letter on the desk and a warm teacup hint of a woman living here. However, after searching the room, no one is found. All we find are various odds and ends. A beautifully arranged set of flowers.
You see McGill in the background
a
there?
white handkerchief carelessly tossed aside, a small bottle of perfume, and so on. Although this stuff adds atmosphere to the room, none of it is really worth anything to us. Kid also seems to feel this way, disregarding most of the stuff here. She picks up a small box decorated with a serpentine coat of arms. However, like the rest of the items here, it looks like it's a little worth to us. What should I do now?
Check the dresser and drawers.
I open up the dresser. All sorts of different colored garments have been placed in the drawer. Frills, lace, and just about every color of lingerie.
I wonder what kind of dress this is.
Kid mutters, holding up a silk garment from the bottom of the drawer. Examining the dress, I can see she's fascinated with it.
I've never worn anything like this before.
She says, running her hands across the fine floral lace. She slides the dress down in her shirt and pulls it up over her shoulder. After a moment or two shuffling around, she undoes her shirt, and I see her wearing nothing but a silk dress. She looks as graceful as she looks as graceful as a fairy with it on.
Wow, look at me. I'm a lovely maiden. Not a scrap of roughage on me. Probably you.
None whatsoever. A perfect fit,
Aw, Serge. Quit teasing.
says Kid, blushing.
Come on, let's go.
She says after a while, putting her old clothes back on, with a smile on her face. Ah, yeah!
Yeah, there's entirely to,
That textual loving.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby!
Baby, I love your way.
Ooh, baby, I can't help it much longer. It's getting stronger and stronger. When I get that feeling, I need a textual feeling.
Textual feeling.
Textual healing. From here, the passageway stretches to the right and left. No, I'm not gonna make him dorky. From here, the passageway stretches to the right and the left. Heading right will take us further into the darkness, while turning left will take us back to the staircase.
Go into the darkness.
Head
to the right.
the darkness. After a little while, the dark passageway ends at a polished, robust set of doors. Ash is wrapping up. We'll get a couple humans. All right, cool.
Nice.
I just realized this is a perfect kind of like this is a perfect bad voice dubs because it's a text.
It's
game.
only text.
99% text, yeah.
Excuse, I'm not, and I don't know if you know this, but we're like voice actors now.
We're like professional voice actors. I do professional voice acting. Twitch. No, it's fine.
God.
After a little while, the dark passageway ends at a polished, robust set of doors. Robust set of doors.
Sorry.
Kate crinkles her nose in disgust.
Something strange about this place. It don't feel right, mate. Probably just my imagination, though.
Yeah, she's definitely Aussie.
Yeah.
Mate. Stand there in the cold darkness. Kate's hollow laugh does nothing to add to my fear.
Go into the room.
That's spoopy. Also, this music
You'll hear this
predates
music.
Cross. So it is. They literally took it from here and they added it to Cross. Fight music, battle music, everything. Anyway.
Yeah. So you'll hear this music in Chrono Cross later.
They're apparently Lynx's quarters. No one seems to be here, however.
We're right on top of you now, Lynx. Say your prayers, you bastard.
Yeah. Classic kid. Looking around, it's a very dilapidated room. Furniture is thrown about in all directions, and almost nothing matches. Taking a look at the room as a whole, there's no sense of harmony whatsoever. It's very suggestive of a chaotic mind. Okay, it looks like we gotta search through this mess. I sift through a number of odd items adorning the room. There's a cluttered desk, a painting that's hanging unevenly on the far wall, and a picture on the side table, among other things. In one corner of the room stands a tall, curious object of some sort. A scarlet cloth has been placed over it, covering it up. As I slowly reach my hand to uncover it, McGill suddenly says, Please avoid reckless interference." Taking his advice, I return my hand to my side. However, the cloth suddenly starts to fall on its own.
I'm like, oh shit!
Oh, no. Oh, oops. I didn't touch it, I swear!
What, did it just leap off all by itself?
Kid asks, rolling her eyes. A large mirror has been uncovered, fancifully decorated. It looks as to be a high-priced arabesque antique. Is that like Arabesque, or is it arabesque? It's just, okay. I've got a bad feeling about this. Then all of a sudden... Dun, dun, dun! The reflection of the Venus statue opens its eyes, staring at us through the mirror.
The fuck?
Oh,
Is there something you seek?
The statue's reflection asks in a soft, womanly voice. The voice seems to be coming from the statue in front of me, but only the mirror's reflection seems to be moving.
That is so creepy.
That is really fucking creepy. They don't include this in the game, do they?
No.
I think there's a reference to it, but not really. It can talk! It's a mirror of whispers, McGill says, examining it closely. What is it, though? It says,
McGill.
it's probably McGill.
Yeah.
It's a looking glass that harbors a living spirit. The spirit is free to roam throughout nearby mirrors, able to see into our everyday lives, but are known to be quite wise. Is there anything you wish to ask? Wow, a million questions come to mind. Ask about Kid, ask about McGill. Maggle?
You can ask about either. Doesn't really matter.
Let's ask about McGill.
Not about the girl that you wanna.
We'll do that second. I can get back to it.
I hope you can.
So this is the Venus, right?
Very well.
The reflection of the statue begins to ripple a little. Gradually, the mirror fades into darkness. However, after a minute or two, nothing materializes. What could this mean? So he's a
worthless piece of junk. Come on, let's get back to work.
Kid says, flexing her quick temper. We resume our search, disregarding the mirror. I take another extensive look at the room, reminding myself it's important to miss a single detail. What should I do now? Rely on Kid's intuition, rely on McGill's experience, rely on myself for the time being.
I don't think it matters.
Let's go on myself. Sure, if you want to do something right, you have to do it yourself. Where would I hide something if I lived here? Over by the window, a particularly inviting looking sofa catches my eye. Might as well take a break, I suppose. Wow, it's really comfy. Except for the thing that's poking me in the back. I reach around behind me and pull off the cushion. There's something hidden here. A little green bottle filled with clear liquid.
Well, you gonna drink it or what?
I inspect it carefully, reading the fine print. Effective against malnutrition, weak constitution, loss of appetite, insomnia, headache, buttache, arthritis, sensitivity to cold.
Buttache? Is there anything it doesn't do?
I shrug, drowning the sweet smelling stuff. Oh, it's a heal, okay. As I drink the liquid, I start to feel a strange warmth circulate throughout my body.
Well?
I don't know. I feel a little weird, but wait, yeah. I feel better than I did a minute ago. A lot better.
Aw, you're just playing around. Come on, Serge. Has to be something more interesting around here somewhere.
Something interesting around here somewhere. I follow Kid out of the room, amazed at how good I feel suddenly.
Ah, too bad we missed our opportunity to dig into
someone meaningfully.
All
we know
Kid.
is that Maggle has no background.
Yeah,
like it cannot be fathomed.
Yeah.
Heading back, we travel down the passageway, eager to shake this feeling of dread. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully decorated set of doors on the left. It's Riddell's room.
So this is where we just were. I don't know if you really want to go back to that mirror. I don't know if it does anything.
I think if you travel around the place, you might end up bumping into a set of monsters, but I don't know if that's. Oh man, I can feel Kid's blood boiling from here.
I just want to see if you can
talk to the
mirror again.
Yeah. No matter how many times I return here, the room still doesn't seem more appealing to me. The only redeeming point is that mirror whispers in the corner. Oh, it's good for a chat. I walk up to it and remove the crimson cloth. Sup, bitches? Is there anything you wish to know? The mirror politely asks. Well, there's a lot of things I could ask, I say hesitantly. The statue's eyes shimmer in the dimly lit room like candles.
Very well. I will answer one question.
It's trying to trick me. Okay, so I get to ask about the mirror's past. After a moment of silence, the statue's reflection starts to speak in a very humble tone.
You have an interest in my past.
Yeah? Oh.
Yeah, what in blazes are you?
Kid interrupts.
Well, it's probably been 300 years already since I was crafted into the realm of the Looking Glass.
The statue's soft voice explains. The realm of the Looking Glass, I ask.
It's the
the flip side of this world. A world which harbors the objective contents of thoughts. Maggle quickly answers, although not really that quickly, because his voice doesn't say to go that fast.
Passing through the hands of many owners, I traveled far and wide throughout many lands.
So how'd you end up here?
Kid asks.
I came here with a kindred spirit, but now I am alone. Furthermore, now that I am without others of my own kind, I have begun to fade. I'm so lonely.
God, I'm so lonely.
I'm so lonely.
Tears trickle down the statue's face as it begins to weep quietly. If we come across any other mirrors like you, we'd surely come back and tell you, I say, trying to comfort it.
Thank you so much. Your kindness shines truly.
The Venus statue bows its head deeply, and with that, the reflection returns to its normal appearance. Indeed, we have yet to explore much of this mansion, Miguel says, heading for the door.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
a little bit of a back.
So I guess you still don't get to dig into Kid.
If you know what I mean. Oh, just
hey.
ahead of me, I bumped into Kid, who's coming to a complete stop.
Something's wrong, mate.
I stopped my breath, trying to listen for anything. Then out of the darkness, clunk, 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 clunk. There's something ahead of us on the path. Whatever it is, it's coming for us. I nervously unsheathed my knife, trying to ignore my anxiety of this inevitable confrontation. Now only moments away. Here we go, first battle. It's a skeleton! It's a skeleton! Quick, what do I do? Look for a weak spot? Attack. I shout out, fiercely dashing towards the skeleton.
Yeah, so random encounters like this, you just fucking do whatever you want.
As soon as I come within attacking range, the skeleton immediately swings its huge sword down at me. The tip sword skims my cheek. Ah! I cry.
Just a tip.
Lipping to the side in haste.
Whoa, way to dodge, mate.
Kid shouts from beside me. Hey, we're getting raided. What's up, nerds?
What's up, nerd?
The skeleton takes a step forward with its sword in hand. Just as McGill begins to move on it, it raises its arms overhead.
You have come in just as we're in our first random encounter.
Staring at him with a strange look in his eyes, McGill suddenly stops dead in his tracks. McGill, snap out of it! I shout, but his eyes are totally glazed over, completely unaware of the situation. What am I gonna do? Attack. I start to bolt towards the gruesome creature, avoiding a deadly slash by its rusty sword. I aim a kick for the skeleton's midsection. And with that, the skeleton breaks in two, toppling down to the ground as I carefully back away. As the skull hits the ground, it shatters into countless pieces. Nailed it.
Nailed it. What was up with you back there?
Kid shouts as McGill, her eyes firmly planted on him.
Snap out of it already.
McGill blinks a few times, dazed. He seems to be alright for now.
Huh.
That was weird.
That was interesting.
I really think I'm starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all.
You got a thing or two to learn, but you're getting there, mate.
Kid's mischievous eyes sparkle as I glance at her for a moment in the dim moonlight. I set off down the corridor with her, ready for what's next. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully decorated set of doors on the left.
Okay, so we're
at Riddell's room again.
Yeah, we're back at Riddell's room. Let's see. Go past her room, and take the stairs back up.
Continuing through this passageway, we eventually come to a branch. We see an upward staircase to the left, as well as a stone archway directly ahead.
Yeah, take the stairs back up.
I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, paths extend in three directions. To the left lies a dark corridor. On the right paths lead to a terrace. This also continues on ahead.
Go on ahead.
Into the dark passageway?
Yeah, go on ahead.
We head down the path. After a while, it ends at a stained wooden door.
Go in.
Ooh, spooky! Super spooky.
I guess this is the study.
Ooh, pretty. Oh, we've been to the study before, too. The huge room is faintly lit by the moonlight, shining into the tall window. In the back of the room stands a large, ornately decorated desk. Row after row of bookshelves house thousands of thick, dusty books. A painting is hung at the rear wall, sharing space with various exotic curios.
Examine the desk. Oops, what'd I do?
Joyce, hit a button. Down, down, down. Close. There you go. Examine the desk?
Yes.
I walk over and open a drawer in the mahogany desk. The drawers contain writing materials and documents, arranged in an orderly fashion. Unfortunately, they don't seem to contain anything worth mentioning. But then, a small picture in the drawer catches my eye. It's a portrait of a friendly-looking girl with a faint smile on her face. I hold it up, wondering what it could be.
It's probably Lynx's adopted daughter.
Kid says, looking over my shoulder with her nose crinkled.
Pedophile.
Suddenly, we start to hear footsteps coming this way. Mahogany. Though they aren't that loud, they boom like thunder in the night. Kid and I jump. Miguel swiftly conceals himself in the nearby shadows.
Hide under the desk.
Kid and I scurry down underneath the desk, curling up. I wrap her in my arms. Huh. Smaller than I thought.
Well, hey,
The door opens with a sudden creak. We sit motionless, without making a peep. The quivering light of a candle spreads in front of the doorway. Soon after, a hand holding a candlestick comes into view behind the door. Tightening, I nervously hold my breath. When I look down, my heart skips a beat. With Kid's lips right in front of me, I feel myself start losing control. So full and pink and glossy. My heart starts to pound faster and faster. I force myself to stop staring and shut my eyes tight.
Oh my god, you fucking...
What a fucking weeb.
Oh my god.
However,
Surge!
They've really fucking like turned up the romance factor in this.
Oh my god.
Because before you can just be like, oh, it's stone cold. Whoever opened the door doesn't seem to have any intention of entering the room. I thought, I don't know whose voice is. I'll make a random voice.
I think it's you.
Is it me? No, it's. I thought I heard something. It's
okay.
a person. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
He's like, I thought I heard something. No reason for no. I thought I heard something. No reason for anyone to be in here though. Since Master's away, still with the poor Southerners on the move. It's never too safe. It's too safe to be sorry. The door closes softly, covering the room in darkness once again. For a while we wait, not moving an inch. The footsteps echo away in the distance. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I can't stop thinking about how great she smells. How great she smells.
Hey, how long you gonna stick to me like that?
Kid asks, blowing into my ear. Ooh.
Huh?
I mean, sorry. I quickly get up, bumping my head against the desk with a loud bang. I crawl out, rubbing my head, if you know what I mean. Oh, that stings. Kid comes out next, crouching as she looks over me and says,
You goof. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. So, Paul's up to something, Miguel says quietly, emerging from the shadows. Por is a large country governing the southern continent. I hear it's a pretty well-developed, and fairly prosperous place. But what would they be after in the Outlands? Surely not the frozen flame. It's weird to even imagine Surge with any voice. Yeah, it's true. But this is before, I guess, they made him the main character, I guess. No matter how valuable it is, in the end, it's just a jewel. A piece of rock. How valuable could it really be?
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh, extraordinarily.
This is why you're just the bard.
That's why you're the bard of the group. I leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. There's a descending staircase in front of us. In addition to passageways on the right and left, the one on the left will take us back to the terrace.
Go back to the terrace.
The terrace. After continuing through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath of the fresh evening air, hoping to calm my senses.
Continue through the passageway.
We make our way down the dimly lit passageway. After a few moments, we come to an old, dusty door on the right. Kid quietly presses her ear against the door.
God, as a church mouse. No one's there, mate.
Open the
Open
door. It's a trap! No, check.
What's with all this junk? Must be a storeroom or something.
I love how they announce what it is, just so that you remember for the next time. Like, this is the store. This is this. It seems like this is the inner mechanics of a clockwork tower. However, the gears look old and rusted. The cogs are spinning randomly without connectioning up to their proper teeth. I doubt the clock's still in use today. The room seems to be currently used as a storage area. A large object catches my attention. off in the far corner of the room. It's too dark to see what... It's too dark over there to see what it is, though. Don't touch anything out of the ordinary, Miguel says abruptly, sending a sudden shock down my spine. However, as he says this, I see Kid emerge from the shadows, dragging a large object out in the middle of the room. It's a large antique sword of some kind.
Got no use for that old...
No.
Oh, sorry.
We've got no use for that. We got no use for that old thing, Kid. All it'll do is just slow us down. Besides, we probably won't even get much money for it.
I reckon it's worth a lot to the right buyer, like an antique collector or somebody.
Sulking, Kid quietly lays the sword down.
Damn, could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling.
Oh, there's a voice. What do you want? What do you want? I look around, startled. Well, definitely none of our voices. Kid and McGill immediately take position, focusing their attention toward the source of the voice. Who's there? Oh, it's the old man. Is it Grandma? A figure suddenly appears out of the darkness. It seems to be a short old woman, with a large hood over her head. Although fully covered, she's obviously quite old.
Ah, it's just some old hag,
Kid says. McGill's sharp gaze on the woman remains unchanged, however. You want me to do the old woman voice?
if you want.
What an energetic young lady! You haven't come here this late at night in the evening to drop in on some friends, I imagine. I glance at Kid. Perhaps you have some score to settle with Master Lynx? My heart jumps. This is definitely not good. Will she warn the rest of them about us?
Tell the truth.
Kid's eyes narrow.
Huh? Oh, if we did have a score to settle with that bastard, what's it to you?
You want to do the old woman voice then? Let's try your old woman voice. According to Keikaku.
Just as I expected.
The old woman cackles in amusement.
Children. They're always so interesting like that. So imaginative, yet so predictable.
Question mark, question mark, question mark?
What are you talking about, lady?
Oh, it's not good, is it? It's a trap!
Oh, it's already been 4 or 5 years. It is her, right?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years, I would gather. According to what I was told, one night a young thief came into the manor, looking for trouble. The thief was a little girl, about 10 years old.
Surprised, I glance at Kid. There's a trace of ice-like radiance in her eyes. Staring at her makes me feel like it's suddenly dropped before freezing in here. Unfazed, the old woman continues her story.
The girl was an orphan. She set off to face Master Lynx all alone, hoping to avenge the girl who had cared for her like a big sister. But after all, she was alone. Outnumbered and outpowered, she was eventually defeated and captured by Master Lynx's henchmen. As an ally, Master Lynx can be quite an asset. However, as an enemy, he can be one of the most fearsome men alive. If not for a friend who sneaked in and secretly rescued her, she surely would have perished. From what I've heard, this mysterious figure who could allegedly slip in and out of the shadows was the subject of many whispers throughout the manor, long after this incident had come to pass.
Not moving a muscle, I try to look for McGill. He's nowhere to be seen. I can only guess he's sporting one of those trademark expressionless faces, somewhere off in the darkness.
The inhabitants of Viper Manor don't condemn the unfortunate, because no one can win all the time. However, from time to time, the goddess of fate has been known to cast down those who have had too much luck, throwing the cogs of time out of order. It's not wise to try and stand against fate, continuing to repeat one's mistakes time and time again.
The old woman continues, staring straight at Kid, smiling sweetly.
If you want to steal the jewel, and if you really want to beat him, you too must give up your most valuable possession, Kid. As long as you cling to it, the hands of your clock will never budge. They'll stay frozen, trapped in the distant past. Who the bloody hell is this hag? Me? Oh, I'm just an old lady. Pay me no mind. Thank you for listening to this old maid for such a long time. I certainly hope I haven't delayed you at all. But before you leave, which one of you?
With that, the old woman looks in my direction.
Ah, yes. You look like you've got a bit of a scrape there. Won't you let me have a look at it?
What should I do? I don't know whether to be petrified or comforted by all this.
Yes, let her look at it.
Yeah, please do, ma'am. The old woman clasps her hands together. Bowing her head, she mumbles a few words in a low tone. Suddenly, a gentle pale blue light surrounds my body, filling me with a strange warmth. Wow, look at that. My wounds are being healed right before my eyes. It feels as though there's some sort of soft music being played all around me, putting me into a strange serenity. When I come around, the woman is gone. Hello? Wait.
Hello? Lady?
Says Kid, relentlessly looking around. However, there's no trace of her. All signs of her presence are gone.
I wonder what's up with that old hag.
Looking around, I can't help but wonder what she was talking about. With all that talk about prized possession and everything.
Let's get our asses out of here. This place is giving me the creeps.
Says Kid all of a sudden, already heading for the door. Hey, wait up! As I catch up with Kid, she gives me a friendly poke in the ribs.
Ain't no fair you were the only one who got healed.
Sexual healing.
Oh my god. But yeah,
Can I get the water, please?
all that was for a free heal.
A free heal?
Yeah.
A frill, if you will?
You know, backstory and a free heal.
Frills?
Frills.
All of a sudden, a chilly wind blows past me. Not only that, but also a thick fog has started to accumulate around us. We're in trouble. It swirls around us, faster and faster. After a few moments, it coagulates before me, forming some sort of humanoid shape. It's a poltergeist. Don't move.
It's a poltergeist. Don't move.
Kid's whispering does nothing but add to my increasing feelings of fear and dread. How are we supposed to fight something that doesn't even have a body? From beside me, a low voice starts to echo throughout the dim hallway. It's McGill. He seems to be starting some sort of incantation, but what am I going to do in the meantime? Hide behind McGill? Hope to scare it off by shooting my knife? Try to escape. Damn, I don't know what to do. Oh, it is time. It's starting to draw closer. No, it's coming faster and faster. My body begins to diffuse as its body begins to diffuse as it approaches, surrounding us in a thick haze. I'm starting to feel lightheaded, and suddenly I feel incredibly tired. I open up my eyes only to see that the chilly fog is all around me. It must be starting to drain my life force. I've got to stop it before it sucks me dry. Snark. I try to dissipate the fog by waving my arms around, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Getting so tired, the cold air hits me as though I've been thrown into an ice-cold lake. Beyond the thick haze, I can just barely make out the figures of Kid and McGill. I'm getting more tired. Don't you think Kid has thick ankles, Serge? What the heck is McGill mumbling about? Huh? I ask after a moment, scratching my head. Yeah, those ankles couldn't get any worse.
Oh!
Milk lemonade. Is that what it said? Milk lemonade.
You are out of your mind.
Cold. I groan as I feel my life energy being drained away from my body. Sanity unraveling. Where am I?
Surge! Oh wait.
Surge. Surge. The cat's asleep. Anaconda. Anaconda. What? I think it's a 34 peacock. McGill? What's going on? The cold air hits me as though I've been thrown into an ice-cold lake. Beyond the thick haze, I can now just barely make out the figures of Kid and McGill. I'm getting more and more tired. Okay, so it's putting me through a loop. Am I supposed to do anything?
Yeah, no, I guess you are being thrown into a loop. I'll try to look for if there's something to do, but
Milk lemonade. I start to recite believe.
Would you say this was the poltergeist?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just love all the answers. Milk lemonade. He's just going nuts. Cat's asleep, McGill says to me. Anaconda.
I don't know.
What? I ask confused. Suddenly I begin to snap out of it, realizing I'm not dead yet. Besides me, I see Miguel standing completely still, holding the back of my neck as he chants. Then all of a sudden, a powerful-looking burst of energy shoots from his hand, blazing towards the poltergeist. A searing hot burst of psychic force brushes by my face, almost singeing me as it collides with the shrieking enemy. The apparition rises in the air, violently injured. It looks as though it's boiling all over.
Oh my god, you were completely out of your mind.
I was like, my brain was bleeding out of my ears.
Oh my god. Serge! Hey, Serge! You're still with us!
I hear as I realize someone's slapping me again and again. Kid! Dazed, I stumbled back to my feet. All this magic is making me dizzy. I had to counter the poltergeist attack directly through your body, Serge, Miguel says. You will survive.
Well, good thing you just got healed.
Yeah.
Because you do have an actual
health bar. Yeah.
So, come on, what are we waiting for?
Kit stammers blankly.
Oh, you okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm not bad. I've got some bruises here and there, but nothing too serious. You?
Aw, are you kidding? I kicked that thing's ass so bad, it didn't even have time to say its prayers.
Yeah, we did pretty good back there, didn't we?
You got a thing or two to learn, but you're getting there, mate.
So she gives you kind of like a...
I guess so.
A rating every time you do it. Kid's mischievous eyes sparkle as I glance for her. As I glance at her for a moment in the dim moonlight, when we set off down the corridor, ready for what's next. Wait a sec, what's that? I bend over and pick up a small leather sack. Looking,
Sorry?
I fondle the leather sack. Looking inside, I find a small bottle filled with a clear liquid. Well,
go on, mate. You found it. You drink it.
I hesitantly gulp the potion.
Don't drink things that you randomly pick up.
Corpses, yeah. Wow, I feel great. It makes my moons feel as fast as lightning. Want some, kid? Oh, sorry, it's all gone. Oh, so it just gave me a potion as a victory fountain. Okay. From there on, the passage stretches to the right and the left. Right path continues to the mansion, while the left returns us to the terrace.
Let's
right, I'm
see.
assuming.
Hold on, wait, where did... we went to the... We just left the storeroom, right?
Yeah.
Head to the right.
Proceeding down the path, we come to a staircase going up, and a firm-looking set of doors on the left.
Correct.
There better be... Oh.
There better be treasure in here. The smell of gold's thick in the air, mate. Go inside.
Just as I thought. Oh.
Just as I thought. Locked.
Kid says after jiggling the handle. Frustrated, she kicks the door.
This might slow us down, but it sure as bloody hell ain't keeping us out.
Well, once we find the key, there's nothing we can do, kid.
Let's go get it then. Bet Lynx has got it stashed up in his room somewhere. Bastard.
Unable to do anything, we leave to look elsewhere.
Proceed ahead to the stairs.
With Kid and Lee, we ascend the narrow staircase. The cracked stone stairs seem to endlessly twist upwards. It feels like we're heading up to the scaffold to be executed.
Come on, Serge. Seriously?
At least keeps his mouth shut about it. Up top of the staircase, an old but solid door waits for us. Silently. The old but solid door waits for us silently. This damp place fills me with a feeling of dread.
Go in. Oh, sorry. There's a faint voice coming from the other side of the door.
Says Kid. I fear the worst. Maybe we should check somewhere else, I say.
What's the matter? Ya chicken?
She says while glancing at me. But I can tell the sound of her voice and that she isn't really feeling much better than I am. There's something wrong about this place. We know, and we all know it. Ooh, creepy door. It's a small room, ones you find in a stone tower. It's empty, and I can't find a single window in it. What the hell kind of room is this? Oh no, sorry. This is you, Joyce.
Oh, what the hell kind of room is this?
Although she's trying to hide it, I notice a shiver running down Kid's spine. There may be something of use here. Let's search more closely, Miguel says quietly.
You really think we'll find something?
Kid proceeds to the middle of the room, while I examine the walls and floor. The stone floor is filled with countless scratches, covered by splotches of dark ink.
Dry, dark ink.
Yeah. Hey, McGill, would you come over here, please? Something is carved in the wall here. I think it's an inscription of some sort. McGill kneels down in front of the wall and examines the writing. Looking closer at it, appears to be written in blood.
Of course it is.
Indeed, this text has been worn down with age. Most of it is unreadable. Here's what I can make out. Won't last much longer. Axasia Dragoons. Enchanted sword in order to prove something. I needed a sword to prove something. Without any warning, the door slams shut. We stand up, taken by surprise. Then suddenly, a low rumbling starts to fill the room.
What's happening?
Kids shouts looking around frantically. What's that above us? Oh shit. Oh no! We're gonna become Jill sandwiches!
Oh god, the Jill sandwich!
Oh god, Jill sandwich reference! Oh god, okay.
Ram the door, get out!
Now. There's no time to lose. Try to stop the ceiling. Break through the wall. Try to ram the door. Get out of the door! Kid lets an arrow ram against the door. Her small body bounces back. The door is far too heavy.
Bollocks!
McGill streaks across the room like a hurricane, dashing against the solid oak. The door creaks but holds tight. My turn. I ram the door with all my strength. Oh! A heavy shock shoots through my body, but the door doesn't budge an inch. Rumbling closer, louder and louder, reminding us of the rusty blades eager to greet us.
Search! McGill, come on, together!
The three of us start to ram the door simultaneously with our strength. The door hinge gives. We stumble outside, barely escaping certain death. Behind us, we hear the gut-wrenching sound of the blades with the stone floor. I watch the morbid scene in a daze, gasping huge breaths of air. Finally, the grounding sound fades away. It seems the ceiling has stopped.
Oh, damn that Lynx. Toying with us like that.
So this is the torture chamber. I wonder how many of the Acacia Dragoons it is claimed, McGill whispers. Who? I ask. The Acacia Dragoons. They were once an elite force serving General Viper, a powerful man who used to rule the western territories of Gersbill. Gersbuel. They were defeated more than 10 years ago, but by the very hands of Lord Lynx. By the looks of things, we've apparently found their resting place.
Who cares?
Says Kids as she stands up.
Generals and knights and everything? It sounds like some sort of old bedtime story.
McGill shrugs his shoulders in silence as we start down the stairs, eager to get away from this awful place. So we descend the stairs. We're at the bottom of the staircase, looking at the door stands on the right, the locked door. The hallway continues ahead, back towards the terrace.
Back towards the terrace.
Yeah, this door is locked, right? After a little while, we come to the door on the left. It's the terrace lies ahead. So this door is right here.
Proceed toward the terrace.
After a short while, the terrace comes into view on the left. The cool evening air trickles through the doorway, giving me a subtle reassurance.
Proceed through the hallway.
After a while, the path is split into 3 directions. The left is the staircase.
Down
the right
the staircase again.
The staircase?
Yeah.
Down the staircase.
Past Riddell's room.
Descending the stairs. I stretch out my hands. I'm greeted with the moist feeling of these creamy stone walls. We descend to the staircase. To the left lies a huge stone archway. Archway or a passage?
You want to go to the right?
We take a sharp turn to the right before stretching onto the subterranean maze. Before long, we're greeted with a beautifully ornate set of doors.
Past the Riddell's.
This is Riddell's. Continue through the passageway.
Continue through.
Suddenly, Kid comes to a stop.
Something ain't right.
Hearing this, I immediately unsheath my knife, trying to look ahead and behind, and all I can see is darkness. Wait, what was that? Up ahead, it looks like a part of the wall moved. Yeah, that's right. One of the square tiles is moving right in front of our eyes. Wait a second. That's not a tile at all. It's a monster. Oh.
Hey! Over there! Mr. Goblin!
Kid shouts. Come on, Kid. It looks awfully big. Oh, man, you husky
Mr.
fellow.
Goblin!
Having been discovered, the massive goblin squares off with us, coming into full view.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
shit.
He's got friends. 2 sets of footsteps behind me make me realize they amount to 4 in all. I keep my focus on the 2 in front of me, while McGill
you're surrounded.
turns to face the rear. Yeah. How could these things so large camouflage themselves so well? Readying my knife, I set my sight on the goblins before me. They've certainly got us in a pinch. They've already blocked off all escape routes in this tight corridor. We have to fight our way out of this one.
Oh, shit.
McGill confronts the rear pack. The kid rushes the front 2, knife in hand. I rush out with her, hurling myself into the action. One of the goblin whips its Morningstar out, swinging its spiked iron ball down at me. Whoa! I nearly missed it. Leaping to the side at the last possible second. It comes crashing down, shattering the stone floor under a cloud of dust. Beside me, Kid leaps nimbly in the air, dodging a close attack. The scene here has been reduced to a barrage of weapons and chains flying through the air, thick with a dusty haze of shattered stone flooring. Looking towards Kids, a glimmer of light flashes before me, and a glimmer of light flashes before me. And there in front of us, a knife has suddenly been implanted deep into the goblin's left eye. Writhing in pain, the goblin hits the ground. Trying not to look at it, I keep myself focused on the fight. The Gamorreans, yeah. There's no doubt, full like a butterfly, sting like a bee, are a word she lives by. Here in the thick of combat, without a single problem, handling herself. Kid's truly a natural. Another one of the goblins.
Those translations.
Yeah, another one of the goblins draw near soon after.
Do what Kid would do.
That's right. If a kid can do it, so can I. On the verge of this attack, I confront the goblin with my knife ready. It hurls its Morningstar down at me. I leap to the side, thinking to myself, it's now or never. Damn it, just as I make my move, I slip and fall flat on my back.
Oh.
I see the goblin stand over me, laughing to itself as it raises its Morningstar overhead. I've got to do something fast. I'd stammered again. While the goblin tends to his painfully wounded ankle, I seize the opportunity and leap up with my knife. I planted my knife deep into the thing's chest. Dark blood pours from it in spurts. However, at the same time, I feel a tremendous thud on the top of my head. Delirious, I stumble on the ground, barely able to notice the goblin before me collapse as well. Suddenly, I see stars flash around me, and then again, and again.
Serge, wake up, come on! This ain't no time for daydreaming!
Kid says, slapping me on the cheeks. Which cheeks are we talking about? Alright, quit slapping me.
What? You ought to be grateful for getting unawakened by a fair maiden like me.
Fair maiden? Please. I did okay.
You think you could do better, mate?
I didn't die.
You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm not bad, but I've got some bruises here and there, but nothing too serious. Okay, so this is this condition.
So it'll kind of like give you a text version of wrapping up scene where
of like
you're
what
there.
your health bar is, yeah. So a slight scratch, so I'm only mildly wounded. You got a thing or two.
But you're getting there.
I set off with the corridor. But I didn't pick up a potion, unfortunately.
That's okay.
I'm okay for now.
You haven't been hit
Mortally
too badly.
wounded yet. Okay.
Yeah, so we go
Lynx's
into
quarters?
Yeah, we go into Lynx's room again. And we talk to the mirror.
Mirror?
Yeah.
The mirror?
Mirror.
Hello, Mirror-san. Lynx's quarters. I heard sure about keys in here somewhere.
Bet that mirror can tell us where it is.
Kid says, removing the large silk cloth. Sup, bitches? The dark mirror looms before us, like a still lake on a moonless evening. Ooh, freaky.
Is there something you wish to know?
The Venus statue reflections ask.
Ask about kids' measurements. I swear.
Kinda wanna.
Oh my god.
Yes, do it. Kid's measurements! Bursts out of my mouth with a big smile. I duck out of the way as Kid begins slapping and punching me, desperately trying to keep my eyes on the mirror. Suddenly, the surface begins to ripple. Could I really know this much? Boy, this is gonna be good! Slowly, numbers start to form on the dark surface. 66, 5, 9. 66 and 5, 9. What kind of measurements are those? Momentarily catching her attention, Kid also stares at the numbers, scratching her head. After a moment, McGill offers a simple answer in an apathetic monotone. Height, shoe size, ring size. Okay.
66 inches.
Size 5 shoes, ring size is 9.
No, other way.
Oh, sorry, it's 9'5"?
Yeah.
So, shoe size is 9, ring size is 5.
She's got giant ass feet.
Yeah, what? What a chip! That's culturally inappropriate. Excuse me, Miss Venus, ma'am. However, the mirror has already returned back to its normal appearance, reflecting nothing but the ugly room back at me. The spirit has apparently migrated to another mirror, Miguel says. Oh, damn it! The spirit has apparently migrated into another mirror. Really? It can do that? Damn. Laughing at my misfortune, Kid adds.
Ha, come on. What more could a guy ask for than to know the great kid's ring size? How much did you want to buy me? So, which did you want to buy me, Serge? Clothes, shoes, or jewelry?
Me and my big mouth. Oh, damn it. Did I fuck up?
You did fuck up.
I'm not actually supposed to do that. Oh, no!
Now you're gonna have to
Back.
either hope to God that she's come back to this mirror, or you find another fucking mirror.
Oh, God. Let's go back and see if she's come back. Head back.
And
God.
I ain't got anything for you for where another mirror is. Yet.
Go into the room. Please be there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Okay.
Oh, you're lucky.
Wait for it. Okay, she's still.
You're lucky.
Was it worth it? Yeah, it was fucking worth it.
Is there something you wish to know?
More measurements now. Vault key, right?
Yes.
If you know where the key to the treasure vault is, could you please tell us? The mirror's surface begins to ripple. A whirling smoke soon takes shape into a picture of a large room decorated with rows and rows of books.
Back to the study.
The study. In a beautifully womanly voice, the mirror responds.
The key you seek, as you see before you, rests within this room, towards the rear of this great sanctuary of knowledge. Within a large purple book, you will find the item you so desire.
The image slowly fades and returns to a normal reflection. The spirit has apparently moved to another mirror, Miguel says. Okay, let's head for the study.
Alright. To
So
the study!
As we head for the door, I suddenly feel like I'm being watched. I come to a stop and look around. Then suddenly, a faint whisper reaches my ear. Be careful, they know. Whose voice was that? It wasn't any of ours. The mirror? Wouldn't double-cross us, would it? Oh, that was the mirror.
Yes.
Kid heads out the door, bolting down the corridor. I frantically chase after her, easily as eager as she is.
Bet you are.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for that booty. Heading back, we travel through the passageway and shake this feeling of dread. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully set of decorated doors. So this is Riddell's room.
Yep.
Just move past that.
Go past Riddell's room,
Go
go
up the stairs, and then down the terrace, and then to the left, I believe. Oop! All of a sudden, a chilly wind blows past me. Not only that, but also a thick fog has started to accumulate around us. We're in trouble. A poltergeist! So last time I did well.
Last time you tried to run, and then McGill had to save your ass.
Okay.
So, you can...
Hide behind Miguel?
No, that's what you... Wait,
No, I didn't do anything last time. I run behind Miguel. The only thing... But this only thing to draw the poltergeist to my attention. Okay, no. No, I have to do nothing. I have to do nothing until... Yeah.
Well, so it's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna throw you for a loop again.
And then, I got the last one pretty well. So
you can chant ice lemonade, milk lemonade a couple times.
Okay.
Oh. Miguel got it. Oi, Serge! Serge!
And then, yeah, slapping
Still
me.
with us!
All this magic is making me dizzy. Yeah, then he used the magic in my
Yeah.
body.
Well, you didn't like get 3 turns of HP sapped out of you this time.
Right? Yeah, I'm not bad. Got bruises here and there. Okay, I came out of there, nothing crazy.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm
fine.
Fine. Mischievous sparkle. Did I pick up an item? No.
Nope.
I think only skeletons drop items, so we'll see.
Let's take the stairs.
We ascend the staircase. Dark corridor. Terrace.
Yep, continue through the terrace. Sorry, not the terrace. Proceed ahead toward the study.
Yeah. Stained wooden doors. Enter the door. This is the study, I think.
Yes. Okay, time to find that key.
Kid says as she steps into the center of the room, surrounded by rows after row of books.
Heard that crazy mayor say we could find it? Hey, Serge, pay attention when I'm talking to you.
Huh? I thought you remembered which one it was.
So, which is it?
It's the purple book in the back.
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure it was that purple book over there. Over there, I think.
Which one? Oh, I see it.
Kid pulls a purple book from the bottom of the shelf. From the bottom of the shelves. I watch closely as she flips it open. Flipping through the pages, suddenly an old brass key falls out, hitting the ground with a clank.
All right, the key.
Throwing the book aside, Kid bends down and grabs the key. Her eyes light up as she stares at it with her hands. We race out of the study, eager to see what awaits us in the vault. McGill follows behind moments later, after returning the book to the shelf.
I just imagine
He's
McGill.
an inner librarian. It's like, oh.
Yeah, he's just like, oh my god, these children.
Uh-oh. Everything goes going normal until suddenly drops into my hood. I run my fingers through it and manage to peel off a cold, slimy object. I look up at the ceiling, and there are tens and thousands of disgusting little black things up there. Leeches! Ah! The slimy, blood-sucking animals continue to fall into our bodies as we panic more and more. We desperately try to shake them off, but it's hopeless. There's too many of them. They crowd us, homing in on our presence from every direction, from the ceiling, the walls, the floor, everywhere.
We've got to turn around!
However, looking at the way we came, a countless number have started to crowd the passage back behind us as well, blocking our only exit.
We've got to get out of here!
Kid yells. Make a run for it? What do we do?
Fucking I don't know. I would run for it.
I fucking ran for it. Can't stand this anymore. I've got to get out of here now. I start bolting down the slimy, leech-filled corridor as fast as I can, as the leeches continue to rain onto us, wiggling their way through our shirts,
Gross.
sucking
I like how the
blood.
corridor goes faster.
With tiny teeth. I continue to run, and run. We frantically scurry down the passageway, worried for dear life, squishing their damp bodies under my feet.
Oh, God.
I suddenly take a bad slip on one of them, sending me flat on my back. Ah! Coming from behind me, Kid doesn't see me. Kid! I yelled, but it's too late. Unable to stop in time, she topples over me, falling into the leech-covered floor too.
Serge!
Standing up, we try to clean ourselves off, but it's useless. I'm barely able to get the bloodsuckers up before more and more begin to drop down from the ceiling on us.
Gross!
I've never been in anything half as foul as this. Never.
Ugh!
No. To have squirmed into my mouth and wriggling around violently as they latch himself onto my tongue. Ugh. I spit a mouthful out and suppress my urge to open my mouth and scream again, despite the sharp pain now in my mouth from all the cuts they've left. Suddenly, something strange happens. The leeches all simultaneously begin to squirm out of my clothing, hair and skin, heading back away from us. They travel a few feet down the corridor, and then they begin to accumulate into some sort of mass? What the? The last few leeches make their way over to the mass. It starts to form a humanoid shape. The figure solidifies moments later into some sort of blue monster holding a huge scythe.
Gross!
Boss fight!
Oh, gross!
The polished scythe.
Duck!
The demon brings. I bring my knife forward, hoping to parry the blow. However, the demon anticipates my move and shifts the scythe downward at my very last moment. Ah! Blood spurts from my shoulder as the demon recoils. I grasp the wound, hoping to stop the blood. Suddenly, the leeches have come out from behind the demon, inching their way towards us once again.
This can't be real!
Kid shouts, shutting her eyes tightly. Suddenly, the leeches vanish into thin air. They must have been nothing more than hallucinations.
Fucking... Attack!
I switch my knife around for a backhand attack as the demon grins a disgusting smile at me. I switch the second I see it break focus, I lash out with my weapon. However, the dead-on attack only seems to graze the demon's skin.
Why don't you smile at freak?
The kid yells as it gives us a twisted, fang-laden smile. I clean the sweat from my brow, trying to keep focused. However, I can't help but notice the demon's eyes amidst all this. They've got an unsettling quality to them, almost as though the thing harbors some sort of unimaginable intelligence. Wait, what am I saying? I can't get lost saying things like that. Everybody knows these things can trap your spirit with their eyes alone. All of a sudden, the demon starts to mutter something. A second later, it bursts into flames. Within a few moments, the flames die out, and the demon is no more. Gone without a trace.
Is this Akira?
What the? A vague uneasiness sets in as I look around. Not a single scrap of evidence remains from that entire encounter. Was any of that real?
I just imagine, like, you're trying to sneak through this mansion to steal something precious, and you're literally running down the hallway screaming in fear of leeches.
Okay, so I actually did not so bad in this. So I didn't do too bad. I'm still pretty decent right now.
Like, no one gives a shit.
We leave the study, retracing our star path.
Oh my god.
Descend the stairs? No. We need to go to the terrace, right? No.
Through the terrace, because you want to get to the treasure vault.
Yeah. We come to the terrace and the view on the right. I take a deep, fresh breath. Evening air. Continue. Go out the terrace? Onto the terrace? Or go...
Keep going through the passage.
Right. Make our way down the dimly lit passageway. We come into an old rusty door on the right. Move past this door, right? It's the clock tower storeroom.
Keep going.
Can I not ask the woman to heal me here?
No, I think she's gone.
Okay, keep going down.
You can try, but I think she's gone.
I feel like she might be here. The room is quiet. No sign of the hood lady.
Yeah, no sign of the hooded lady.
Hello? Ma'am? Well, if you're not here, just say so, yo.
Well, if you're not here, say so, you old hag.
The silence is deafening. It's a waste of time. We should invest. This is a waste of time. We should investigate elsewhere, says Maggle turning on his heels. We follow him out.
Yeah, she's gone.
More leeches! No.
Good God.
Left, and the right continues into the mansion.
You want to go to the right.
Proceeding to the path, we go to a staircase heading up, and a firm-looking set of doors on the left. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
We can now go inside.
Go inside. It better open now.
Says Kid, putting the key we found in the lock.
There's a key, there must be a lock.
As the lock clicks, we're suddenly showered in all colors of light. Must have been an
Must have been an enchanted lock. Whatever's on the other side of this door's gotta be good.
The heavy doors slide open. Slowly. Inside the room, I gasp at the awesome spectacle laid out before our eyes. What's a lot of dough? Ooh.
Well, it is a treasure room.
Despite the sparse light, a bright mountain of silver and gold and other precious-looking artifacts shimmer and twinkle through the huge treasure vault. Kid is almost drooling at the sight, but to be fair, a sight like this would captivate most people. Enormous heaps of riches are piled before our eyes, amounts most people will never see in their entire lives. It looks to be authentic. Remember, our goal is the flame. Do not waste time with frivolities, says McGill flatly.
Jeez, I told ya, no.
Regardless of McGill's warning, Kid can't help but be taken aback. She gawks at the room's content in awe, until...
Hey, what's that? In the back, on that pedestal.
There's a palm-sized jewel, a palm-sized jewel radiates a pale, crimson light, resting patiently behind the other treasures. It looks as though it's roaring flame that's somehow been frozen in time.
Ha!
That's why they call it the frozen flame. Ooh, pretty. The frozen flame, trademarked.
I know, right?
As McGill glides over towards the pedestal, I nervously call out. Come on, take it before someone realizes we're here. Be careful, we can't afford to fall into a trap.
Doesn't matter. Fine.
Kid frustratedly says, glancing back at the door.
Just remember, we're short on time.
After investigating the pedestal for a little while, Serge was correct. It does seem to be trapped. McGill steps back, mumbling something in a low voice while placing his hands near the base of the pedestal. Slowly, an inscription appears. An inscription begins to emerge on its surface, shining brightly for a moment.
Shine bright like a diamond.
It should be disarmed now, he says before cautiously lifting the scarlet jewel from the pedestal. Yay, Serge is parting with the frozen flame.
Trademark.
Trademark frozen flame. Oof, we did it. With a sigh of relief, I turn towards McGill. He's looking intently at the flame. Way to go, McGill! All right, let's... Suddenly, the gem shatters into 1,000 pieces in McGill's hands. It's a fake. Indeed, the Fiendlings would never have left the real flame in a place like this. Damn. Suddenly, alarm bells ring out. The room lights up, and the heavy metal bars fall in front of the door. Our only exit is blocked. I look around, only to see Kid holding a fancy crown, suddenly realizing what she's done.
She's like,
Oh, we got a gold crown out of it. Hey, crown! That dim-winded dingo, I say to myself. Suddenly, out of the corners of the room, 4 mechanical birds start coming to life. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Exterminate! The loud metallic screeches only adds to my uneasiness.
What are these, songbirds?
It doesn't look like it will open, says McGill, checking the iron bars in front of the door. Before McGill can even finish his sentence, we start hearing deep, snarling voices somewhere outside the room. Which way is it coming from? A heavy voice asks. Sounds like the treasure vault's alarm to me. The voices continue to get louder and louder as we stand motionless inside the room. We silently gawk at each other, hoping one of us will have some sort of plan. Kid hides herself under a mountain of gold coins.
Quick, hide, mate!
I frantically look around the room. There! Over in the far corner, there's an empty treasure chest behind a post. I dash toward it, climb in, and close the lid.
I hope to God you can get back out.
Oh god, I'm gonna die at this. Oh, sorry. Looks like there's no one here, boss. That's strange. No one's ever been able to escape this old thing. Softly opening the lid of the chest, I take a peek outside of the small crack.
They
I see 5
useless.
goblins, bedecked in armor, having unlocked the iron bars and standing just a few feet from me. They look around the room restlessly, peeking to the shadows. Eventually, one of them raises his head to speak. Maybe the rats set off. The cook was complaining about rats just the other day. Rats? Are you trying to tell me rats set off the trap? A fat goblin questions the other with a doubtful face. And with that, squeak, squeak, squeak! Oh, oh never mind, that's someone opening the door.
Oh, that's actually Mom.
Okay, good. I'll finish with this.
You work on, kid.
And with that, comes from the corner, over where Kid's hiding. I'm sorry, hold on, something's messing up. Oh, there you go. It's not working? Why are you not working? Oh, come on, really? Oh, good lord. Something went wrong with my inputs. Give me a half tick here. Input configurations. Configurations are solid. Let's do a quick reconnect. Let's see what happens here. Connection is green. What the? No! Don't lock up on me right now. Sorry, give me a hot second. I gotta readjust here. Okay, if that's not working, if I do spacebar? Oh god, please don't. Oh my god, it froze up on me. Give me a hot second here. No, don't do this to me. Okay, if this has happened, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do drop a quick save and then restart the emulation. File, save other. Save memory pack. Save game position to slot 0. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to restart this. But lucky for us, quick save is a thing, so that probably won't be a big problem. Is this really, it's really the issue? Come on. So if I change over to input, gamepad changes. There you go. Okay, cool. Perfect. Taken aback, the goblins stop moving and look at each other. After a little while, the chief slowly strokes his chin and says, "No, actually, it wasn't. Wasn't it stray cats that the cook was complaining about?" Meow, 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 comes a voice a second time. Again, the goblins glance at each other. That's strange. I heard it was a vicious heckren that raided the pantry, I think. Not a peep this time. I can only picture kids racking her brain trying to think of what a heckrim sounds like. Just as I thought, a thief, says one of the guards. But as they start to approach... Oh, well then, it's certainly a heckerin. Without a doubt, one of them says, exchanging a smile with the others. Well, it's a pretty frightening den. Come on, let's get out of here. The pack begins to file out of the treasure vault. Something tells me these goblins are a lot smarter than I think. Okay, but then, suddenly the goblins all spring on the pile of gold. Well, what will we have here? Hi, get your hands off me, you slimy freaks, the kid says, struggling to break free. Slimy? A thief like you? Yes, a thief like yourself ain't much in a position to criticize. One of them hollers at her. Kicking herself free from their grasp, Kit inches back to the corner of the room. The goblins start to corner her off, laughing at themselves.
Sorry.
There's the whole gag where like the the goblins were like, I'm pretty sure it was a rat, and then she goes squeak squeak, and they're like, they look at each other like, really? Like, I'm pretty sure it was a cat, and she goes meow meow, and they're just like, I'm pretty sure it was a hecrid. That's what I thought. That's what, and they're like, oh, okay, it must be that. They turn around and they're just like, psych, and they just jumped on her. Yeah.
Kid, you.
Oh God.
You. What did Serge call her?
A dim-witted dingo.
Dim-witted dingo.
I quietly sneak around my hiding place and unsheath my knife, taking on an entire troop of armed goblins to lost cause, even for Kid. What should I do? Frankly, I'm quite in a quandary. I've got to save her. I've got to save myself. I'm gonna save her. Maybe a fucking hero. Yeah, I can't abandon my friends, especially at a time like this. Gripping my knife tightly, I charge into the center of the room, shouting, "Hey, you stupid oaf!" They all turn around, staring at me blankly for a moment, before their expression turns to rage. You just came here to die, didn't you, little man? You really want us to trample over your head that boldly? Well, I suppose I can accommodate you, the big boss goblin says, giving a deep laugh. Without a moment's hesitation, Kid shouts back,
Don't think you can easily pick a fight with the likes of the great Kid and get away with it.
Wait a minute, so you're the elusive Kid, said the boss asks. Its eyes softly narrow. How sweet this is. Perhaps if I deliver your head to Lord Lynx, he'll give me a nice reward.
Oh, God.
Ah, crap. The boss goblin takes its morning star from its side. The huge iron ball jangles down to the floor. Please don't confuse us with any ordinary goblins. Striking fear into the heart of men everywhere. We are Lynx Elite Security Force, a fearsome magical goblin team.
We've got balls of iron.
Have you got some time to spout off all that?
If you got time to spout off all that nonsense, then
Then you sure got
time to get your asses kicked.
Kid shouts, exploding in a fierce roundhouse kick. The goblin teeters and staggers, dizzied by the brunt of her attack.
Let's get him, boys!
Yeah. Let's get him, boys. Start with that little twerk over there. Metal balls begin to swing around, swooshing over the air with deadly speed. Jet Gobbler, attack now! Sliding across the floor with the wind, the goblins simultaneously rush us. Boss battle. Kind of. Looking up, all I see are goblins coming at me, ready to bash his whip into my skull. Dodge! I feel a gust of wind from the metal balls and closest graces by me. Somehow I manage to dodge it safely. However, I fall off balance and hit the ground with a thud. Just then, I start to hear an odd howling noise from behind me. I turn around to see McGill's black wind spell streaking out from his fingertips, transforming in midair into a countless number of razors. They fly like homing missiles into one of the goblins, cutting it to shreds.
Zenbon Sakura!
Zenbon Sakura, Kagayoshi. How could a human have such power? Who are you? Ah! The goblin shrieks in fear as its body effortlessly torn to pieces. McGill's expression remains unchanged as he silently surveys the scene looking for his next target. Another huge iron ball whistles through the air, swinging down towards me. Roll over, dodge! As quickly as I can, I roll over and try to dodge the attack. Yes! The iron ball smashes into the floor, sending sparks flying everywhere. It misses me by a hair's breadth. I frantically scramble away from the weapon. Looking up, all I see is a goblin heading onto me, ready to bash his weapon into my skull. Parry! Frantically, I parry the goblin's attack, trying to lunge at him with my knife. However, before I can do anything, the goblin snaps me in its thick arms and smashes me as hard as it can to the floor. My mind goes completely blank from the shock. Just then, I hear an odd howling noise from behind me. I turn around to see the black wind spell. It cuts the goblins to shreds. Okay, so it repeats depending on how these are going. I think I've learned now just to dodge the fuck out of morning stars.
Sounds legit.
Roll over, dodge.
Dodge!
No, it hit me this time. Hit me square in the back.
Ah!
I mean,
sometimes...
Oh, this is the third round.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes dodges
don't
work, right?
Sing the song of pain. Oops.
Sorry.
That's me. Scampering away, I suddenly see a dark shadow cover the ground in front of me. Fearfully looking up, a huge goblin is directly above my quivering body. Die, says the goblin. The goblin roars, swinging its weapon down. No, I won't go down that easy. Kid comes to my aid, delivering a lightning-quick strike to one of the goblins.
What's the matter, eh? Where's your magical gobbler skills now, or whatever you call it?
The goblin can't help but collapse to the floor in pain. Kid boots it in the jaw before backing away for her next attack.
Quit screwing around, Sarge! Keep an eye on your own... something. Trouble.
Somehow I managed to reel to my feet and avoid the blow. Looking up, all I see is the goblin hitting me head on, ready to bash my skull. Dodge. He grabs my shoulder. Fuck! Good boy. Come on, let's have some more fun. Just then I start to hear an odd howling noise behind me. And then Miguel just like incinerates everybody.
Miguel is doing all the work. Even Kid is getting in a few cuts with...
Long live Lord Lynx! Long live the magical gobblers! Says the last goblin as it comes crashing to the ground in a melee mess. Phew, that was the last of them.
Easy. Easy. Oh, or is that rather more like easy, easy?
Easy, says Kid, wiping the sweat off her brow.
Damn it, Serge, you're such a loon, think you could rescue me from those goons like that. Worked out pretty well though, eh, mate?
We must be on our way, Miguel says. There's no way of knowing who else knows we're here now.
I know that bastard's causing us too much trouble. They say they were Lynx's personal guards, eh?
That was me, actually. They say that they're Lynx's personal guards, yeah? They might have some valuable stuff on them. But before she even finishes...
Oh, that was me.
There you go.
Yeah. Might have some valuable stuff on them.
But before she finishes speaking, kids start to search the head goblin's clothes.
Spoopy music.
Sheesh, there's really no reason to be such a scavenger.
Hey, what's this?
She said, removing a small metal object from the goblin's pocket. It's a hand-shaped medallion of some sort, covered in archaic-looking symbols. It's a key, Miguel says, walking towards us. These markings suggest it unlocks a certain magical seal.
Wow. Well, they're lost,
says Kid, casually putting the plate in her pocket.
Damn it, they don't have any other good stuff. Cheap goblins.
She stands up and looks around, sighing.
It'd be a waste to leave all this loot behind, though.
We can always come back for it later, Kid.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. Night won't last forever. Alright, so, after defeating the goblins and you get the hand-shaped plate, leave the vault, head towards the terrace.
The door to the left leads to the terrace.
Towards the terrace.
After a short while, the terrace comes into view.
Take the stairs.
There's a hallway and then there's a terrace.
Sorry. Keep walking.
Going to the terrace into the stairs?
Head towards the terrace, yeah.
Uh-oh, what's this? We quietly walk out to the terrace, instantly welcomed by a cold nighttime breeze. The dreary forest we came through lies directly ahead. A light chill is sent down my spine as I watch the treetops rustle in that howling wind. Oh, I can talk to people here.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Kid.
Gotta get that bastard. He's in here somewhere, I'm sure of it. For long, we'll be right on top of you, Lynx.
I can see the fire in her eyes from here. Man, she's cute when she's angry.
Come on, what'd you drag me all the way out here for?
We should head back inside. The sun will be up soon, Miguel adds. Yeah, really.
Yeah, really. Come on, mate. Time to go. Oh, we ended up going out to the terrace.
Into the terrace
Sorry.
itself. So left and right.
No, we want to,
left passage, right passage?
let's see. You want to go to the left.
Yeah, now we're at the descending staircase?
Yeah, down the staircase. And then to your left should be the archway.
Yes.
Yes, go through the archway. And into the atrium.
Peeping in from the arched entryway, Kid looks astonished.
Wow, look at this. Heard about these things called atriums. It's literally just...
Oh, God. That's an ugly-looking fucking fountain.
Yeah.
A large fountain sits in the center of this beautiful room. Looking across the way, another archway similar to this one leads off into the darkness.
Oh, cold.
Kid exclaims, taking her hand out of the water. Coming to her side, I kneel down and peer into the pond. Leaning over the beautiful marble edge, I too feel the chilly water. Deep beneath the surface, a number of fish start to swim towards us.
These buggers look expensive.
I can't seem to see the bottom of the pond. I wonder how deep it is. The fish are restless, splashing here and there. Suddenly, Kid tugs my arm, jerking my hand out of the water. Before I can ask why, one of the fish leaps out, snapping at me. We scramble to our feet and take a few steps back from the mountain. Many of the other fish students follow, jumping out of the water, snapping at us. A few land outside the pond. I kick one of them into a corner, watching it violently squirm around. It appears to be a piranha. More and more of them emerge from the apparently bottomless depth. Have they gotten a fresh scent of game? The piranhas start to splash around more viciously now, trying to get water. Getting water everywhere. I wonder how many of these things could be in there. It looks like there are more and more of them emerging every second. Oh shit. Suddenly, a dark red liquid starts to erupt from the fountain. Kid leaps back at once. I'm shocked as well, staring dumbfoundedly at the erupting fountain. The gushing red liquid shoots higher and higher. The water level in the pond begins to rise rapidly, taking on a disgusting red hue. Before long, the water level starts to overflow and onto the floor. A bead of sweat rolls down my brow as I realize the room is about to fill with water. We might be able to make it to a safe distance before the piranhas reach us. What do we do?
Run for the exit. Sorry, head back to the staircase?
Head back to the staircase.
Yeah, back to the staircase.
Come on, we're outnumbered. Smashing through the water, we turn back, heading toward the passageway from where we came. However, a few of them manage to sink their teeth into me before I can get away. I kick the last one off, kick the last few the remaining few as I bolt out this vile room.
Is there a way to save?
Yes.
How do you save in this game?
You go into emulation, and then save position.
I feel like every once in a while,
Yeah.
just in case.
Ooh, that was a close call.
That rat bastard, whatever trick he's got up his sleeve, won't stop us for long. We're coming for you, Lynx.
While resting on a wall to tend to my wounds, I look up and notice something out of the ordinary. Hey, was this here before? Carved into the wall, a large marble sculpture of an intimidating face stares down at us coldly. Oh, hello, friend. It looks as though it's been sculpted by a fine artisan. It's very detailed. Its features are beautifully etched and barely eroded. It's a mouth of truth, says Miguel. What? A mouth of truth. The legend is that if you are given to lying, a mouth of truth will know if you put your hands into its mouth.
Oh, what a hard idea.
Kid says, rolling her eyes. Let's see you do it, I say. Kid looks up worried, but seeing McGill looking at her, she feels resolve and tentatively puts her hand in the mouth. However, after a few seconds, nothing seems to be happening.
It's just like... Hey, what do you know? Guess I passed the test.
That can't be all there is to it. Oh, I know. Kid, how many pounds do you weigh?
104.
Suddenly, Kid takes a worried look. Just before she can remove her hands, the marble sets of teeth clamp down on her wrists.
Hey, you stupid face! What's going on?
The white marble teeth gnaw from side to side, becoming stained with red.
Ah! Damn it, let me go!
McGill calmly offers an explanation from behind us. Without saying something truthful to the best of one's ability, a mouth of truth will never let go. Not hearing him at all, Kid kicks the stone face in a fit of anger.
Let me go, you stupid face! I swear I'm gonna knock your teeth in!
Then, as swiftly as it closed, the mouth opens. I crouch down to Kid, who's kneeling on the floor, rubbing her wrists. Wow, I guess you weren't lying about knocking his teeth in.
Of course not, mate. I showed him good, bloody stone face.
That's pretty funny. I'll kick your teeth in. You didn't put anything inside the mouth, did you, Kid? McGill asks.
What are you talking about? No!
I walked over beside McGill and peer into the mouth. Behind its teeth is a large pink tongue. I think there's some sort of indentation in it, but I can't be sure. It's really far back in there. Maybe it wants to put something in its tongue. Maybe that's the real test. Kid begins to take out her things. From in her pockets, under her shoes, and from out her hair, she gathered all sorts of personal effects. She stretches a pile of trinkets held in her hands out to me, smiling innocently. I guess it's my turn to face the test. As long as Kid's safe, I'm happy, I suppose. Wondering what the mouth of truth could possibly want, I reach for her accessories. Mirror, file, centipede, lipstick, special raisins, line, explosion, a leather scroll, and a hand-shaped plate.
I mean...
Plate?
Yeah.
I take the hand-shaped plate. Its strange, contoured symbol gives me a headache just by looking at it. Nervously, I reach in and place it onto the top. It's a perfect fit. Sliding into place, I quickly remove my hand and back away a few steps. A huge white teeth start moving around, and a slight vibration can be felt from behind the wall. Something's happening. Something big. I just wish I knew whether it was good or bad. An odd sound escapes the mouth of truth as its eyes continue to roll. I want to make a run for it, however, I look over and see the ever-fearless expression of Kid's eyes and stay my ground. Suddenly, the marble sculpture stops moving. I stare at it, wondering what's going on. Then its tongue starts to roll around inside its mouth, while its eyes tilt further and further upwards until its pupils disappear underneath its eyelids. We hear the plate sliding down its throat, vanishing into the deep, dark depths of the mansion. What's happening? Apparently, a pious being such as this may roll its eyes from time to time. Apparently, a pious being such as this may roll its eyes from time to time. The simple fact that McGill is trying to make a joke just there makes me stop and forget where I am for a second.
All that's gonna happen is you're gonna lose another one of my things. Could've got a lot of cash for that.
Kid says regrettably. Suddenly, over by the atrium, we start to hear some sort of latch being opened, and then moments later, the sound of water draining echoes through the corridor. Taking a few steps towards the atrium, I see the red water has formed into a whirlpool, and is flowing down into the pond. The piranhas are being washed away.
Convenient.
Welcome to the underground house of Paul.
Hello, Link Stinks.
Hello, Link Stinks. By the way, we're in your mansion, fucking up your stuff. Look at this. Well, it's Viper Manor and General Links. Technically, it's Link's Mansion.
What's the matter, little fishies? Not enough water? Aw, playtime's over, you nasty little buggers.
Come on, I'm dying to see what's past that fountain. Having crossed the atrium, we eventually come into a split path. We go down the right path, right?
You want to head to the left.
Left? That leads down to the
catacombs.
After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle.
Yes.
Damn it, another locked door.
I don't get it. There's no smell of gold or nothing.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
This leads to the Viper Manor's catacombs, says McGill hesitantly. He's right. Standing here in silence, we realize there's a faint scent of death in the air. And then, putting my ear to the door, I start hearing a deep, tortured moans from far beyond. I jump back, looking at the door. Let's try somewhere else. Heading back from the catacombs, we eventually come to a split. Turning right heads back to the atrium, while ahead of us I can see nothing but dark stone corridor leading off into the darkness.
Go forward.
Okay. I have too much TikTok on the mind. Oh, come on. After a little ways away, we come into a descending staircase.
Descend the stairs.
Deeper into the bottom. Yeah, down the stairs. This is the second set of stairs going down, huh? Third level?
Yes.
Once we reach the bottom, we come into another split. We can go left or right, but both paths look equally dismal.
We'll go to the left.
To the left, to the left.
We'll be outside the armory.
After a little ways, we're presented with a sturdy set of doors. A wooden plaque has been hung above the door frame. Only one word is written on it. Armory! It's like, what's in capitals?
Armory? Key to the catacombs. Gotta be in here.
Kid places her ear on the door.
Not a peep. Go in.
Someone is here, however. It's a Hecarim. No. Oh! It's a very fancy-looking goblin. With a book in his hand, a single goblin sits in a chair, humming to himself. A sweet aroma fills the room, presumably from the teacup sitting on the table before it. There's something different about this goblin. It doesn't seem hostile in the least. Looking up from its book, it examines us from behind its bifocals. Oh, welcome. It's rare to have visitors all the way down here.
Too bad we're not guests.
Kid shouts.
If you want to live, tell us where the key to the catacomb is.
And with that, Kid takes her knife and thrusts it into the desk, slicing into the tablecloth. The goblin remains docile. Ah, you must be the elusive Kid. I so wanted to see you with my own eyes. We've all heard so much about you. But before it can finish its sentence, Kid grabs a knife and hurls it through the air. The goblin sets its book down, now unreadable due to the 7-inch blade protruding through it. It removes the knife and places it on the table. Your reputation precedes you. You are quite a radical young lady. Nevertheless, it's a shame. I wanted to see how that novel ended up. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Esmeld. It says, offering a simple introduction. Please, I do hate to keep my guests standing at bay. Come, sit, we shall converse over tea. At first, my thought is that it's poisoned. Despite my concerns, McGill sits down.
Yes.
Does it matter?
Take a seat.
I'll take my Kid. Looking over towards Kid, as she truly doesn't want anything to do with this, but she remains standing, keeping a vigilant eye on the goblin. I stand beside her, folding my arms. Black tea is set.
You could have. It would have healed you.
Oh, come on, thanks. Black tea.
I told you, take a seat.
Oh, take a seat. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was something. I thought she was taking a seat. Like, does it matter which person I take a seat with? Ah, whatever. Black tea is set for the table. 3 at the table. Ah, there we are. After a moment, Miguel takes a cup and brings it to his mouth. He takes a sip and then sets the cup back on the table. Esmeld smiles. Ah, Himalayan chimpanzee. It's not. I've not had this blend. Oh, sorry. Oh, Himalayan chimpanzee. I've not had this blend in quite some time, Miguel says. I see you're a gentleman of fine taste. I will have you know not many of my visitors have known this type of black tea. Listening to their banter, I stare at my cup. Take a sip.
Alright, take a sip.
I nervously sit down and take a cup into my hands. Delicious, I exclaim. I've never had anything like this before. I loosen up a bit, sitting back in my chair. Wait a second, what's going on? My wounds, they're being healed.
There you go. Okay, you didn't screw it up.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter what happens. I mean, if Magus took a drink, why not?
Yeah.
I look towards Kit. She seems to be enjoying it as well. So let's get down to business. Certainly the key to the catacombs has to be around here somewhere. Whether I remember where it is, however, it's a different story.
So, hold on.
Do I kill it?
So through the entire walkthrough, it's been trying to make sure that you get good relationship points with Kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why.
Because the end is different if you're in
so here's the thing. If you go tough luck, it will go through a funny bit where you you go through a collection of kids' photos, and like you tell embarrassing stories, and then she'll like deck you, and you lose. Not only you can lose both health points and love points, but it's funny. Or if you want to do the proper route, then you say if there's something you'd like in exchange.
Okay, tough luck. Tough luck. Give us the key, I say, trying to show my nervousness. Well, you could threaten to kill me, but that would bring you no closer to the key. You could search Viper Manor for a whole month, day and night, and never find it.
Take out my secret collection of kids' photos. That's what you can do, and that's where the funny shit happens.
Walking to Elsman's side, I slip him one of my secret stash. Would this change your mind? I whisper. However, his face shows nothing but utmost reservation. What I seek is nothing material.
Hey, mate, what'd you show him?
Kid asks. Hoping to avoid Kid's questions, I quickly ask Esmeld, well, what would you like them? Something I want. Your life, perhaps, he says, with his eyes lighting up from behind his glass. Oh, all I can do is grab my knife? Oh, no, I didn't do anything. Oh, you misunderstand, young man. I don't wish to harm you, as Esmeld says, noticing your sudden look of shock on your face. I enjoy chatting with many types of visitors that we have in the mansion. Surely as an adventurer, you must have plenty of interesting stories to tell. Adding to this, he looks into my direction with a smile. I look highly on unique stories, and I have been known to reward such storytellers. Staring down at the dark liquid before me, I start to rack my brain for a really good story. I'm a bard, I should know this shit. Alright, I got it. One particular evening, a small girl went through a very dark and dreary forest. Does it matter?
I don't know.
The golden sunflower, the only curse for her mother's illness. The girl had sunflower was nowhere to be found. Fine beginning, is that all? No. One evening, a girl walked through the forest searching for the only cure for her mother. After walking endlessly, she still hadn't come to a sunflower. Then suddenly before her, a golden light shining with clearing. It was this golden sunflower. The girl put a few sunflower seeds into her bag. She was sure it would cure her mother, she thought. Hurrying back to her home, she crushed a few seeds and drank and fed it to her mother, getting better. The two lived happily ever after. Oh, brother. A fairly interesting story. Very well. Here's the key. That could have been better. Elsbeth leans towards the wall and knocks on a certain spot. There, a secret trap opens up. A trap door opens up. He reaches in and takes out the key. However, as I start to reach for the key, Esmeralda recoils his hand. Sighing, the goblin speaks. Yes, I suppose you could say that there was something more that I wish for. I glanced at Maggle, then back to Esmeralda. Long ago when I was young, foolish lad I was, involved with General Viper's daughter, Miss Riddell. Riddell? The General's daughter? Oh, you didn't know? Indeed, Miss Riddell's true father was General Viper. Anyhow, for the sake of harnessing the power of the frozen flame, Lord Lynx abducted Miss Riddell, taking her as her own daughter. Within the strange rock lies a strong mental connection to this particular mistress. And so I have resided here all of these years, silently waiting for the time to exact my revenge on Lord Lynx for taking my dear Miss Riddell from me. If you have come in order to find Lord Lynx, promise me you will not mention any of this. You have to come here to slay him, have you not? You have come here to slay him, have you not? Esmeralda asks calmly, holding the key in his hand. For the time being, I suppose. Unfazed by the question, I answer truthfully. This is sure a strange turn of events, hearing the thing from the goblins who's supposed to be defending Viper Manor. All of a sudden, Kid interrupts.
Hell with the time being. Yeah, that's our plan, all right.
I see. Well, I certainly don't wish to detain you any longer. I would help you more, but I prefer not to openly side myself with either party, he says, handing over the key. Well,
There is still something you got that I want.
there's still something else you got what I want. Elsbeth looked up, curious.
Oh, how about some more of that great tea of yours?
Elsbeth thinks for a second, then reaches behind him. Very well, one bag, he says, reluctantly parting with the tea bag. Okay, leave it to us. Putting the tea bag. Oh, that's her.
Yeah. Oh, okay, leave it to us.
Putting the tea bag down her bosom, Kid says to Esmeralda,
You don't have to worry about a thing. I never lie about my promises.
Esmeralda nods, smiling. So, let's
head out. Frozen Flame's bound to be around here, somewhere.
Kid says, heading towards the door in high spirits. McGill pays his respects, and we're off.
Oh. You got lucky.
Why, does it not usually give you the bag?
No, it's just like...
Halfway, heading towards
It's
the
just
armory.
like the walkthrough says that if you show the secret collection of Kid's photos, Kid will not be amused and deal you 40 points of damage.
Huh. Weird.
Like, I guess you got lucky.
Something must have saved me from it.
I guess it was RNGesus.
RNG is with me. So now we're moving back past the armory. Do we go up the stairs or proceed through?
So head away from the armory, proceed through, and then enter the kitchens.
There's a small door. This is the kitchen, right?
Yes. Oh, I smell home cooking. Hello.
Interactive novel thing is yes. This is
Yes.
this is the downloadable content you could get on the Famicom when it had its first kind of like downloadable segment, and this is supposed to be the connection between Trigger and Cross, essentially, or at least the prologue into Cross.
Yeah,
it is just basically a visualized novel of the incursion into Viper Manor. But this is a parallel universe where Lynx has already taken Viper Manor and has done away with the Acacia Dragoons.
It's just a small...
It's just a small kitchen. For the servants, probably, I add. They look around the tiny room. Also, Kid has an Aussie accent that Joyce is trying to nail down. Right? She's got to practice because we're going to do cross after this. So I look around the tiny room. There's a sink, pots and pans, and a bunch of food in the cupboards. A rat hangs in a cage in the corner. But aside from that, it's just pretty average kitchen.
I need to watch more shows with
Aussie accents?
Yeah, Aussie accents.
Kid walks over to a deep saucepan and peers inside.
Smells fresh. Want some grub, Serge?
What? Wait, do I want to eat whatever's in this black...
Eat from the saucepan and say it's delicious to recover 30 health points.
Cool. I timidly peer into the saucepan. It looks like some kind of stew. Using the ladles on the stove, I reach in and take a big scoop. Delicious. Kid looks at me again. And after a moment of hesitation, she comes over.
Quit hogging it all for yourself, mate,
she says, taking a ladle and sniffing the warm mixture.
You want some, Maggle?
No, thank you. We take some bowls from the shelves and serve ourselves some more. And we eat more and more, and the stew's warmth flows through us all. I feel great. But then, all of a sudden, a quite shrill voice echoes out. It seems to be coming from the cage.
What an independent young lad! Are all the boys wearing braids these days?
I stop and look at Kid. Who's there? Looking over in the direction of the voice, we see nothing but a single rat. It stares at us with its small, beady eyes.
Excuse me? You're a girl, not a boy.
It looks like Kid can't decide whether to be puzzled or infuriated by all this. But just between you and me, I don't think this is the first time her personality has led someone to think that she's a guy. At any rate, the brown rat continues.
Listen, please, kind humans. I'm trapped within a most unfortunate situation. While on my way to the kitchen this morning to bring home some food for my mother, Goblin sees me up and trapped me in this cage. Unless I can escape, I am to be a side dish for their next meal.
A side dish? Listening to the rat, Kid walks over to the sink.
Please, you must help me. My desperately ill mother awaits my return.
The rat pleads, its eyes twinkling in the light. However, I look towards Kid. She's over by the sink, her face getting redder and redder.
Stupid rat! Don't even know a lady when you see one.
Kid yells, stomping out of the kitchen.
Oh, young lady, I did not mean to.
With Kid gone, the rat turned towards me.
Oh, brother, please help me.
I should help it.
Out.
I'm gonna help it out. It didn't matter what you were gonna say. Like, nope, I can't let this poor thing get eaten.
It's a talking rat. it was begging for its life.
I open the cage. The rat quickly scurries out. The rat laughs. Just a strange smile comes over its face.
You really are a bunch of fools.
Oh, come on. Spitting out these words, the rat suddenly starts to tremble before rapidly growing in size, growing larger and larger by the second. No! Rat friend, you betrayed me! Oh, what's a griffin?
Don't panic! Hit the deck!
Stupid humans. You're just in time for lunch. My mother's, that is.
Huh? Damn it, Serge, you walked right into its trap!
Oh, man. What was I thinking? The griffin rises up on its hind legs, screeching, flapping its huge wings. Hit the deck! That's actually time. I have to do it. I frantically try to dodge the beast, hoping to avoid its terrifying 3-inch claws. I manage to avoid its blow, but now I'm cornered in the back of the room. As it inches towards me for a strike, it rises up into its hind legs once again. This time, even higher than before. However, in a moment of blind luck, the griffin suddenly loses balance on the slippery floor and comes crashing to the ground. Wow, talk about close calls. I let out a breath of relief as I stand over the griffin, wondering what to do next.
So, you ugly little rat. Now who's stupid?
Wait, please, I beg you. Kind, beautiful human girl. I am aware of valued information. If you promise to spare my life, I will tell you a special secret of the mansion.
I don't know. You lied already, you bugger. I'd rather just kill you and have it be over with.
Kid says, taking a step closer. Kid, let's hear what he has to say, McGill says, coming between them. Kid pauses for a second, and then steps back. Thank you,
That would have been fun.
Kid said, shrugging. One day, you too may find yourself within my situation, caged on all sides. If such a fate comes to pass, remember these directions, and your lives shall be spared. Right 3, left 2. Okay, you want to write this down for me really quick?
Yeah, maybe, because I don't
that
know.
might be random.
Okay,
Right 3,
3,
left 2 steps,
left 2,
right 2 steps,
right 2. Okay.
and then you'll see. No sooner than it says this, the griffin transforms back into a rat, scurrying off into a crack in the wall.
I sure hope sparing that thing was worth it. Who knows when it'll sneak up on us next.
Before long, we come into an ascending staircase on the left. Do we go back up? Or towards the armory?
Go up the stairs and proceed on ahead towards the catacombs.
The catacombs. Deep corridor. Come to a branch, turn left and take him back to the atrium. Going straight through will take us to the catacombs.
Proceed on ahead towards the catacombs.
Ahead of me, I bumped into Kid, who's come to a complete stop.
Something's wrong, mate.
I stopped my breath, trying to listen.
Random battle!
Then
Random
out of the
encounter!
darkness, clunk, clunk, clunk. Something ahead of us on the path. Whatever it is, it's coming for us. I nervously unsheathed my knife, trying to ignore my anxiety. Okay, it's probably a goblin. Oh, nope, it's a skeleton. It's a scurry turd! So scurry! Spooky, scurry skeleton. Shivers down my spine. I'm gonna attack it. It skins my cheek. Right, Miguel always gets stuck. Miguel always gets stuck fighting skeletons, and I don't know why. Alright, that's weird. Maybe he doesn't like looking at skeletons. Alright. Nothing too serious, no big damage. Nervously unsheaths his dagger. Lou game. Are you you missed the first part when they were snuggling up real close underneath a desk trying to hide from a goblin search party. Yeah, Serge was all like, "Oh, I can't. I'm gonna look at that sweet lips, those sweet pink lips. Oh, get through. That was the thing." And then I yelled at the mirror and I asked for her measurements. Was like 50, was it 60? She was like 60?
66, 9, and 5. Her height, her shoe size, and her ring size.
All the important measurements for a woman, apparently. Alright, so I got cut on the cheek.
You'll be fine.
A leather stack with a clear bottle of liquid, which is a potion.
You'll be fine.
So every time I fight one of these guys and I beat them, I get a potion, apparently. So
I don't know
RNG's
if
is
it's
with me.
every time, but
After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle.
oh man,
Okay.
I really wish we had some snacks. Okay.
Did I not buy extra snacks?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we didn't pop any popcorn or anything, right?
Yeah, no, we forgot to get snacks. We got all our proper shopping done, and then we're like, oh, we'll come back for snacks, and
Just
then we
drink
never
water.
did.
That's what I usually do to get through that snackage.
Huh?
I just drink a lot of water.
No, I've had enough water. I want something.
Nibbly. Something to nibs on.
Yeah.
Okay. Joyce.
Okay, the goblin's key should open this door.
Kid says, putting the key into the lock. With a click, the door unlocks. The door opens with a deep creak. With a dip creak.
Depth crack.
Damp air creeps up from below us, peering into the darkness, peering into the darkest.
Decrepit place.
No, sorry, peering into the dark, decrepit space. I wonder how I ever got talked into coming into a place like this. Yeah, no snackage. You have snackage? What are you talking about? You lying.
Oh no, I want my chips.
Oh no, I know where this place is. This is for Karsh's, isn't it? We find ourselves in a long hallway, flanked on both sides by rows of countless jail cells. The cold iron bars stretch out in front of us endlessly. 1, 2, The Acacia, yeah, it's the Acacia Dragoons. A quiet, sobbing voice seems to be coming from the third cell on the right. Peering around the corner in the cell, in this dim, damp space, an old man sits in solitude, quietly mumbling to himself. Or it could be Radius. Because technically he was a Acacia Dragoon, wasn't he?
Mm.
Yeah. This.
Huh? Hey, mister.
Everyone, it was because of me. Every last of the dragoons. Miss Riddell, even General. Forgive me, please.
Actually, yeah, it could be Radius.
Ignoring us, the old man continues to mutter, staring at the floor as he rocks back and forth.
Hey, can you hear me?
She says, shaking the bars a little. He will not hear a thing. He has constructed a wall around himself, McGill says. What do you mean? I ask McGill. A wall, used for shielding one's mind from reality. After being exposed to horrific events, tremendous amounts of pain and guilt has this effect on a person. He has made a safe world inside his own mind, where he retreats into. From there, he refuses to acknowledge anything he does not want to admit. I notice talking about all this, giving McGill a sort of sad, lost look on his face. Noticing my glance, he quickly turns away from me. If girls were snacks, then chips would be best girl. Yeah. I like bugles. No, I don't like bugles. I like popcorn. Popcorn and Sun Chips.
Lay's ketchup chips.
I noticed that okay, blah blah blah. Strange. McGill somehow reminded me of Kid just then. Could be snacks. S-N-A-C-C-S. Snacks. She attacked, but she is snack. Does this make sense to you, Serge? McGill asks.
Yeah, it does.
McGill continues, looking at Kid and me. We rarely see the walls we're trapped within. However, given time, some may come to understand and possibly even break free of these shortcomings. I wait for McGill to finish, but he doesn't end up saying anything. I'd ask, but oh well. The mind revealing itself to itself.
We can't help this old geezer. Let's get back to work.
To work? You get the double O's.
Work.
Emphasis. Work. We can't help this geezer?
That's definitely not.
No, I don't know, Paul can verify this. They have like the double letter extensions. He's like, it's called aesthetics. Aesthetics, you know? Old geezer. Back to work. It's like a W-U-R-K. Work. Double O's. So you have the little like double dots on the top, like Bjorn. Joyce thought Joyce with no snacks, and you can't have any snacksidents. Got poof, the cat runs by, popcorn in there, like, ah, Jesus! Wait, kid, McGill calls out. Somehow or another, we may yet to find a way into this man's mind.
What good'll that do?
Good'll that do?
Yeah, I'll figure.
What good'll that do?
I'll figure that out as I listen to more.
Yeah, there's one word. Yeah, there's
until then.
Dragoons, Riddell, General Viper. Yeah. Didn't you hear what he was talking about? The Dragoons, Riddell, General Viper.
Well, he's probably into old folklore or something.
Kid says, returning to the door. I have a feeling his knowledge will be proved to be useful. Certainly he has heard of something of importance concerning our situation, McGill says.
Let me tell you about the time that I ate about half a pound.
What's this? Well, we ought to help the old folk out, Joyce. What is this question here?
Of
rockets? What am I doing here, Joyce?
I got less on my. Say nothing, confused.
Thinking through everything that's been said already, I have really no idea about how to get anywhere with it.
I ate like half a pound of these things in a single setting. Actually, no, I don't think it was half a pound. I think it might have been a whole pound.
No, you ate the whole thing. Also, your line.
Well, somebody better think of something soon.
Kid says. Soon? We must find a way to reach beyond this wall. For every locked door, there exists a key, so to speak.
And if
We'll
there's
never
a key, there must be a lock.
And then you'd have two things, like the key and the lock. If there's anything a key, so to speak, we'll never make any progress with this man until we know what lies in his place.
Paul just nodded as if I could see through text of him nodding. What are you talking about? Key?
I do not know either, McGill answers. However, there's at least one person in Viper Manor who does. Riddell.
Riddell!
Indeed.
Go back to her room.
Leaving the endless rows of cells behind, we head back to the passageway. So we gotta go up the stairs, right?
So we head away from the catacombs. You turn right.
Turn right to the... No, a downward staircase, right? Yeah, we want to go up to the upper staircase.
Go right first.
Yeah. Dark passageway. Pungent odor of dead fish. That's the atrium, right?
Mm-hmm. Go through the atrium.
Ugh.
Go straight through.
Archway to an upward staircase that eventually leads to... yeah,
Go straight through.
up the staircase and then...
No staircase.
There's no staircase?
No staircase.
Branch in the way. Staircase going up.
Keep going.
Alright. Head down the path. Ahead of me, I hear a kid coming to a stop. Oh, another battle. What is this? A white mass. This is new. What is it? I ask, readying my knife. And just then, as if reacting to my voice, it starts to quickly scurry towards us, growing taller and taller as it approaches. This is new. Nope, it's a skeleton.
Examine it.
Ran it. Oh, this is new. This is new set of attacks.
I think you've had enough.
Kid shouts towards the crumbled heap of bones. Suddenly, as something reacting to a toss, the skeleton remains to stir once again. I back away in shock as the skeleton's torso starts to prop itself up with its left hand. Its right hand then grasps its dislodged skull and holds it up, staring straight at us. What the? Suddenly, the skeleton hurls its skull at me with blinding speed. What do I do? Catch it! Dodge! 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 I do my best to dodge the incredibly fast-moving skull. Ha! I managed to dodge the skull. However, looking behind me, I see that it struck Kid instead.
Books!
She shouts, slapping me in the face. What, dude? McGill quickly slides over to the skull, smashing it with his feet. As soon as it happens, the skeleton falls to the ground. It's not nothing more than a lifeless heap of
I just
bones.
imagine you going,
Douche! Oh, idiot! No. That's okay. There's been more than one time you guys have asked questions and I've answered verbally. Yeah. Miguel,
yeah, no, it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to do that.
Yeah, I'll look into it on the street, something happened. What the fuck? What the hell happened here? And then I realize no one answers me. Oh shit, I gotta type that in. As soon as that happens, the skeleton falls onto the ground. There's nothing more than like this heap of bones.
Alright, let's go.
Kid says after vengefully scattering the remaining bones everywhere. I'm really starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all. Oh, I got it there without a scratch, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm assuming at one point she starts to give me better praise when she likes me more. And that's kind of an indicator. So this segment right there, oh, you know, you're not that half bad, I'll have to learn.
Yeah, I guess so.
When she gets impressed with me, she'll probably be like, you're fucking amazing. Suck my peen.
Well, I mean, you started off with a good threshold, so.
Yeah, we proceed to the dark passageway. Here it is.
Yeah.
Riddell quarters.
Enter the room.
We come to a comfortably decorated room. Trinkets, blah, blah, blah. The owner of this room is... Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's someone there.
Is someone there?
I instantly hide behind the door, trying to figure out where that voice came from. It sounds like a girl, but it wasn't a kid. It's Link's adopted daughter, Riddell. It has to be her.
Odd. I could have sworn I heard someone come in.
She says, apparently. She hasn't seen us yet. What do we do? I keep myself hidden behind the door. Suddenly, Kid bolts behind the chair. She silently comes up behind Riddell, putting a knife to her throat.
We've come for the frozen flame. What is it?
Kid yells in a low, strict voice. Kid, there's no need to be that. Be that like that. I say, trying to calm her down.
Quiet, Serge.
Riddell giggles at the two of us.
What's so funny?
Kid says in a tight tone.
Oh, come on, you can't be thieves. You're far too noisy. I wouldn't be saying such things if I was you. Well then, go ahead and cut me.
Ooh, she's a sassy bitch. She's like, ooh, you cut me. At that moment, I pictured in my head Riddell collapsing with a blue face smeared in blood. Kid, look at her. She's not gonna hurt us.
Damn it! All right. Still, I don't think I'm not keeping an eye on you. The feeling is mutual.
It's Riddell. Oh, sorry. It was me. Don't worry, we're not your enemies. We're not after your power, I say to Riddell, trying to keep cool. We've just come to talk. If there's anything you could tell us about the Frozen Flame, or perhaps the Keisha Dragoons. Hearing these words, a somber look comes over Riddell's face. After a moment, she begins to speak.
The Frozen Flame. It was kept in a kingdom to the north for centuries. Legend has it.
With a subtle, mysterious power.
That's silly. With its subtle, mysterious power, it allegedly could guide people and change history. All while somehow remaining elusive to those who sought it. Or so I've heard. At the time of that kingdom's downfall, it was seized from its resting place, passed from hand to hand. Finally, it came into the possession of my father, General Viper. Lynx approached my father as a friend years ago. Blindly trusting him, my father was taken advantage of by Lynx, unable to realize his true intentions. And so, on that fateful day, struck down by his alleged friend, my father was robbed and left for dead.
Averting her eyes, Riddell buries her face in her hands.
I didn't know Lynx was behind all this at the time you took me into custody. I was just a child. That cursed rock, I didn't know anything about it, and I don't want to. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I want nothing more than to see it all come to an end.
She says with tears in her eyes. I'm taken aback hearing these words. Suddenly McGill comes forward to speak. Do you know of the old man who is currently locked away in the catacombs?
That traitor! Because of him, my father, my dear Zorander.
I think that's Lysander, right? Or Dario?
Would have been
Dario
in this case, yeah.
Please, miss. Turning her back on us, Riddell pauses. After a moment, she turns around, letting out a deep sigh. Oh, she's nothing what she looked like before.
Nope, they entirely revamped her look. Yes, I know the man whom you speak. He's an...
Oh, he's an Keisha Dragoon, is he? No, McGill asks.
He was, before he spent countless days and nights locked up in the torture chamber, losing his mind as well as his identity in the process. I remember the day they removed him from that dreadful room, beaten within an inch of his life.
The torture chamber you speak of, is it the room upstairs with the trapped ceiling, correct? Adela nods silently. Perhaps you may find a clue to his past there, says McGill. I hoped it wouldn't come to this. I had hoped it would not come to this. If you were searching that room, be sure...
if you must search in this room, be sure you have the Enlancer with you before you do. I'm what?
The Einlands.
Yeah. I what? It is a holy white sword. White sword.
The holy white sword.
Created long ago by ancient sages, along with its demonic brother, the Masamune. It was the Keisha Dragoon's most prized weapon. It once glided through the air in Zorander's hand, shimmering like a star.
Zorander? Is that Dario's father?
No. Could be a similar name, but not that one exactly. I forgot what it was.
Anyway.
Now, however, the dragoons are all but extinct.
White knights.
And the sword has been stored somewhere in this mansion, as though it's some sort of trivial memento. White knight, milady. It is much more than a common sword, though. Shielded by its magical enhancements, its bearer will be protected against many forms of evil.
Thinking of those memories of days long ago, again Riddell hangs her head in sadness.
I wish I could be of more help to you. I apologize. Nah, that was plenty.
Kid says, heading out of the room.
But I wish I was more powerful, like you people.
Riddell says, biting her lip. Stopping in the doorway, Kid looks over her shoulder.
Strength didn't get us here. Power comes from believing in yourself. I see. I wish you luck.
As she heads out of the room, Kid mutters.
Hope it ain't bad luck.
So we found a sword in the clock tower.
No, it was in the treasure room.
It's in the treasure room?
Yeah.
But what about that rusty blade that we found in... That's the rusty blade. From here on, the passageway stretches right to the left. Heading to the right will take us to Lynx's quarters. Turning back will take us to Ascending.
No, you were right. It was the rusty sword in the clock tower.
Yeah, so we want to go back to
So from
the sword first, and then that way we can go to the locked room, and then the hippogriff that Griffin told us about the whole step 3, right 3, blah blah blah.
Lock? No, yeah. So you need to go get the Einlanzer first.
And that should be upstairs, right?
Yeah. So head towards the atrium.
We see an upward staircase on the left, as well as a stone archway. Take the stairs up.
You take the stairs up.
And then from the stairs up...
Turn right.
Left, but right path goes to the terrace.
Yeah, turn right.
After continuing on...
And then you keep going forward.
Through the passageway.
And then you will be in front of the clock tower.
Yeah, clock tower storeroom. I just realized the first initial of the DPS names makes a palindrome.
Oh, hey!
What's the what?
A palindrome? It's spelled the same way backwards as it is backwards.
Jekyll.
Jackage.
It's a Jekyll. It's a Jekyll. It's a Jekyll.
Jackage.
James Ash.
Colston.
James Ash Colston.
Or Ash Joyce.
Ash Joyce. Welcome to Jackal. Jackal. The room is quiet, except for the gears and also the lady. We rush towards the sword, looking down at it. Miguel starts to speak. This may be what we're looking for. By the looks of it, the sword could have been the fabled Holy Islanzer, or perhaps the demonic Masamune. Wow, Miguel, you know about the Masamune? Of course.
Did you ever know its owner?
Did you ever know its owner? Yes.
Was he your mate? So he was one of your enemies then?
No.
Well, hey Serge, take a look at this thing.
Huh?
Oh, come on. You don't expect a fair maiden like me to carry this bulky thing all over the place, do you? Well,
Maiden? Fuck it, I'll pick it up.
swallow your pride and pick it up, yeah.
I grit my teeth and remind myself it would get me absolutely nowhere to argue with her. So, I go to Kid's side and pick up the sword, just as I was told to. Oof. Jeez, it's heavy. Or it could be Kajak. Okay, let's get our...
Yeah, swallow your pride and pick up the sword. Unless you want to punch in the stomach, that'll take away 10 health.
I love the fact that you lose more health from Kid than you would fighting people.
Yeah.
Kid just like decks you. Alright, here's your line, Joyce.
Okay, let's get our asses to the bloody torture chamber. I can almost smell the frozen flame from here.
I follow Kid out of the room, dragging the heavy sword. And then I gotta go up the stairs, right? Continue forward to the next ascending staircase?
So, yes, continue to, so you want to go to your right?
Yeah, ascending staircase.
Yeah, towards the ascending staircase.
And then here is a firm setting doors, that's to the armory, right? Oh, that's to the vault.
The vault is to your left, yep.
So we want to go up the stairs first.
Up the stairs.
Come to an old stoic looking door. Here we go.
Enter.
And
Enter.
Then it's right 3, left 2. Right 3. I look up, remembering the deadly ceiling. I'm definitely not going to repeat the mistake by overstaying my welcome, especially after hearing what Riddell had to say. Somewhere in this room has to be something that brings that old man back, but what? Just as I thought, Miguel says dryly, examining the cracks in the floor. Kid and I walked over, kneeling down where he's at. Between the cracks of the floor stones, there's this thick, smelly, butter-like substance that's been jammed into it, along with stains of blood.
Gross.
Without warning, the door stopped shut. It started again.
Okay, what?
What do we do? Oh, jeez.
Thrust the sword into the floor!
Jesus.
We have to use the sword somehow!
Kid yells, her voice inaudible, almost inaudible thanks to the ceiling's deafening screech. But how? Thrust to the ceiling, thrust to the floor, thrust. No, we're not doing that.
You dumbass!
I have as much power as I can muster. I lift the heavy sword and plunge it down into the crack at the center of the floor. A huge jolt runs through the room. Bolts and lights scatter in all four directions from the sword, running along the floor and up the walls. You beat the Elite Four, caught Mewtwo in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on Friday, 2 weeks to the day after release.
Ooh, nice.
That makes sense. Not bad.
Nice. We still need to get a Switch to play the game.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Reaching the ceiling, the deadly contraption groans and then grinds to a halt.
We went out.
Exhausted and relieved, I collapsed on the floor.
Yeah, we went out today to do the Pokemon Go community day. So we were out for 3 hours
In the cold.
catching Pokemon on our cell phones. But
After
damn, it was
a minute,
great.
I catch my breath and open my eyes. Strange. Now that I take a look at the inscription we found earlier, there's a certain stone just beside it that doesn't seem to have any cement around it. When we walk over to it, Kid tugs on it and finds that it's loose. Removing the heavy stone, a dim glistening light can be seen from within the hole. Kid reaches in and removes the shimmering object. A beautifully decorated gold ring sits in the palm of her hand. It's adorned with a slender set of leaves, like those of a fern, decorated with 5 small rubies around it. An Akishian coat of arms, McGill says. Kid tries on the ring, but strangely enough, it doesn't seem to fit on any of her
No
fingers.
shit, she's got small ass fingers like I do.
Yeah. The ring must mean something to the old man. This ring must mean something to the old man. We could use it to break through the wall, couldn't we? I excitedly asked Miguel, knowing the answer. He nods in silence. Yeah, this has to be it. Abandoning the Einlanzer, we proudly stand upright like a beacon of light. Abandoning the Einlanzer, now proudly standing upright like a beacon of light amidst this dismal room, we hurry out of the torture chamber, hopefully never to return again. Kid tugs on what? He tugs on some thick brick, if you know what I'm saying. Fucking.
Yeah, no.
Brick.
If her ring size is 5, she's got tiny ass little hands like I do.
At the bottom of the staircase, sturdy looking door. No, you want to go back to the terrace, right?
Go down to past the terrace.
We want to go back to the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
This is the terrace. No, I'll go to the terrace.
How much of this place do you have mapped out in your head?
Fairly. It's to the hallway. Go hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Splits into 3 directions. Descending staircase. So we're gonna go down the descending staircase.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to go through the atrium, and then there should be a set of another descending staircase. So there's an archway. We'll go to the archway.
Yep.
Ring size 5? Fuck, that's small hands. My pinky ringer's size 9.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is my hands, and then Joyce can put her hands in
My
comparison.
thumb fits his pinky.
Yeah.
Aight.
Just. No, yeah, that's Joyce's hands right there. I can
Yep.
literally curl my hands over her to make one super fist. One super fist for ultimate fisting action.
Oh my god.
What? I'd buy that toy. Go to the room. Come to a split in the path. We can't either go left or right. We want to go to the catacombs. Catatombs.
Catacombs.
Hakuna Catatombs. Old looking door brass handle. I don't think I'll ever get used to this place.
Oh, actually, hey, we missed a scene in one of the rooms.
Which room? We return to the old man. McGill walks up to the cell and grasps the iron bars. He positions his feet and starts to pull away at the bars with an incredible intensity. After a moment, the bar starts to bend like it's taffy. McGill enters first to the newly created opening. Kid follows, kneeling down before the mumbling old man, putting her hands on the old man's shoulders. Kid tries to look into his eyes, but it continues to stare into the floor. Frustrated, she starts to shout at him, shaking him vigorously.
Come on, old fella, get up!
Old fella. The old man's head shakes back and forth like a rag doll, but his eyes remain averted. Try to stop Kid? Ask McGill if what she's doing is right. I'm gonna say stop Kid.
Stop her.
I come between Kid and the old man. Kid looks at me with straightforward eyes.
Don't get in the way, Serge.
Kid, look at him, I say. Being agitated is the last thing he needs to be right now.
After I'm done with him, this old geezer, it's gonna be brimming with old stories.
As Kid shifts her weight to her other knee, suddenly the Acacian ring falls out of her pocket. It falls down to the ground, bouncing once, twice, 3 times. It comes to a stop right before the old man's eyes. Trying to get Kid to calm down, I signal for her to look over to the man, who is now smiling faintly. Save that stuff for the bedroom. The ring, he says in a voice so quiet it's barely audible. However, his eyes quickly return to the murky state.
Finally, my allies, you've returned. Because of me, the frozen flame was seized, and I have desecrated the name of the Acacia Dragoons. I am the only one left, but you have returned. Ah, Merkid, Zoranda, now that we are once again united, let us all head back to Stick Lake.
Jeez, listen, mister, the frozen flame, where is it? Any small hint will help. Come on!
Merkid and Zorander. Who'd be Merkid? Merkid. It's Mermaid Kid.
Frozen flame?
The old man asks. A warm smile streaks across his face.
Ah, my dear Miss Riddell, I have not seen you in quite some time. Surely you have not forgotten the secret entranceway.
Just.
Yeah. You think you could tell me about that again, old Gramps?
Kid asks, trying to sound as
Yeah.
ladylike as possible.
In the ballroom, 3rd candlestick on the left.
Kid hugs the old man, ecstatic, and so he resumes his mumbling in a distant, shuddering voice.
Please forgive me for your father. I beg you, Riddell. The Dragoons.
It's high time for you to bust on out of here, old man.
Kid says, pointing to the bent iron bars. However, he once again refuses to look up. Come on. We've done all we can here. He's got to walk through these bars himself.
Thanks, old timer.
I got some new emotes thanks to someone gifting me a sub to a channel I now have. Well, that's nice. All these weeb emotes. Heading away from the catacombs, we eventually come to a split. Oh, but what room did we miss?
Yeah, so we can go. I'm not sure if we'll get it again, but let's. There should have been something about the ballroom.
Hearts with beards. Fair. Where are we going?
Go towards the staircase.
Descending staircase. Another descending staircase?
Oh, sorry. Turn back.
What's in the 4th level?
That was the armory and the kitchen with the
Oh,
griffin.
right. Yeah. We turn left to the atrium.
Towards the atrium. My bad. Yeah. I was looking at the wrong set of stairs.
Oh, battle.
Random battle.
Clattering noises. Sounds like skeletons? Gobs.
Goblins.
Ah, shit. Try to suggest we run. Oh, no, she doesn't like that. Her words stab like a rusty nail. Come on, let's get him, she yells. Let me get my knife ready. Okay, cowardice is not something she appreciates. goblin. 5 gobs? Fuck me, mate. They're more intelligent than the usual fare. Probably due to some awful form of education in human torture and suffering.
Good luck, my friend.
Each of them is as tall as McGill, but at least twice as thick.
Twice as
Twice as
thick.
thick, if you know what I mean. They're girthy cops.
Alright, so, I'm gonna let you fight some goblins while I refill on water.
A morning star and a mace. Oh my god.
Good luck, my friend.
I'm doomed.
I have left you behind.
Oh fuck, I can't rely on this knife to parry huge morning stars. There's no way to survive that. Slash at the hand. Cool. Recoiling violently, bleeding hand. Shock hysteria. Let's go to the morning star. Throw my knife. Or I'm going to drop the morning star. Hold my knife and slash the face down. Hit. Boom. Goblin dodges. However, the diversion bought myself some time to grab the mace. Realizing what's going on, turns around where it meets a solid blow from my mace. Boom! What's left of the goblin falls to the floor lifeless. Hey, I did it! Looking around the victory before me, I let out a sigh of relief. So he got one, eh, mate? That showed him. So he got one, eh, mate? That showed him. That showed him. I want to say something back, I'm just so tired. I just stand there ready for anything. Alright, good. Nice. I did it all by myself. Not a scratch on me. I'm really starting to get the hang of this. I'm barely hurt at all. Oh! There's a pouch in the corner. And it has a small gem. Oi, look at that! Kate exclaims, her eyes wide as the melons. Good eye search. Wow. Kid saying something nice about me? Sure is nice for a change. Seeing her smile brings twice as big of a grin to my face.
Yes.
And my erection.
Sorry. We all know that's what's going through his head. So yeah, I fucking aced that fight.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked up a gem and then she like
Yeah.
fucking loved me for it.
The little gems will improve your relationship. What
That
can I say?
requires-
She likes
bravery
shiny
and shiny things.
shiny stones.
Shiny
you know.
stones. Shiny stones. Very nice.
Maybe if you put a shiny stone on a ring for her.
If I like it, I'll put a ring on it. After heading down the dark, dingy passage, the
Nope.
dark, dingy passageway. No, the dark, dingy passageway for a while. We eventually start to smell of pungent odor of fish. And where's this? We have to go.
We were about to hit the atrium.
Now we're in the atrium.
Okay, fine.
Archway that will lead us to a staircase and links his quarters. What else is next? We'll have to continue through the room. Doesn't really matter. So yeah. Oh, he wants the.
Okay, fine. I'll stop teasing you. Take it.
It's just seaweed. Joyce, the friend is like seaweed. Nom nom nom. You can see in the corner of the screen. Nom 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 seaweed. So we're going to go down the passage or up the stairs. Passage.
Take the stairs.
The stairs goes
Wait,
up.
wait, wait, wait,
No,
where
stairs
are we?
goes to Riddell. This goes
Did you
to Link's.
go through the stone archway already?
No, I did not.
Stairs. What stairs?
These stairs goes up to Riddell and. This is we're on the second floor basement.
Go through.
Sorry, no, this is Riddell's room. Yeah.
Okay, go back. You were supposed. Yeah, up the stairs.
I'll go back to the staircase. There you go, staircase.
Here, this one.
Let's get the stairway up. What a fat cat. Don't make him fatter. After there are 5 girth gobs, Joyce needs to go rehydrate. I think I handled them 5 by myself just fine, thank you. We've ascended the staircase. Now we gotta go to where? What?
Turn
There's the study.
left. Take the left path.
Ah, here it is. The double doors. The
Yes,
the
this is
ballroom.
the enter.
We probably won't
Ball-
get it
Yeah,
because
this is the ballroom.
there's a scene if you get into the ballroom without the.
Yeah, if you went in without the key.
A countless number of candles spectacularly illuminate the room. An old-fashioned grandfather clock stands at the right, ticking away with a morbid stillness. I step into the center of the hall, looking upwards at the old canvases shimmering in the low light. All right,
Okay, third one on the left.
Kid says quietly.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
As Kid slowly pushes against the candlestick, it starts to move slowly. What's What's going on? I stammered, trying to brace myself. The entire room is slowly sinking into the ground, Miguel says. The ballroom is sinking? All of it? Suddenly, the room starts to fall much faster. Chills run down my spine as I look around, seeing the paintings smack against the walls and the candles dropping to the floor. As I start to get used to the sinking sensation, my heart fills with a violent mixture of anxiety, expectation, and hope. And what awaits us at the bottom? The frozen flame. Could it really be down here? Is this our adventure's end? What if we actually take it into our hands? Kid, McGill, I wonder what they're feeling right now. As the room continues to sink underground like an elevator to hell, I start to hear kids speak in a soft, meek voice. Joyce?
Hold on, I'll just...
Joyce?
I'm just making sure that I'm caught up, because it's a text file. I gotta read through this shit, too.
Can't hear you, my little fat munchkin. Here's a cat. He's so big.
Okay, here we go.
Soft, meek voice.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I do struggle to win, even when I know I've already lost. Just like that lady said. Why do I do that?
Looking over at her, I realize this isn't the kid I usually see.
Oh. No, nothing. That was that kid from Kid.
A faint, shy smile can be seen across her face. Suddenly, I feel something so powerful go through me. It feels like a wave of fire surging through my heart.
Oh, sorry. That was Kid that said it.
Yeah, I said that's Kid.
Oh, I thought you said just a small, meek voice.
Yeah, Kid said it in a small, meek voice.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Don't worry, we can't lose. There's no doubt. Joyce.
I'm just trying to make sure that you're not gonna, like, miss something important by... Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, whatever.
Kid says beneath her breath, smiling faintly.
Sayings like those never made much sense to me. There's never a case where there ain't a doubt, not a single one. But thanks, mate.
She looks towards me with a meek smile. Looking at her, I realize there could never be another girl like her in the entire world. Ever. The shy laugh she sported a moment ago has reverted into a sort of mysterious gaze. As I stare at her, she asks me,
Hey, what's up with you all of a sudden?
Nothing. Just look like a different person there for a second.
Really?
She says in astonishment, tilting her head. It's probably because of the frozen flame. We're getting close, Miguel says, his low, rumbling voice causing the shadows of the room to tremble.
Low, rumbling voice.
It's probably because of the frozen flame.
What was his name again? Who's Alfred in the Bale movies?
In the what?
Alfred? Who plays Alfred in the Christian Bale Batman movies?
Oh. Well, I don't know. You're asking me about celebrity names? That's your first mistake.
He's like, Mr. White. It's probably because of the frozen flames.
Tangerine. Anyway.
What do you mean?
Kid asks with a wrinkled brow. Look inside of yourself and you'll find the answer, kid. The struggle of your catharsis is upon you.
What in the world are you talking about?
Catharsis. Oh shit. We're here!
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, a metallic grinding sound can be heard from all around us. The room comes to a sudden stop, swaying a bit.
Guess this is our stop.
Kid says with a hollow laugh. I stand motionless, staring at Kid and McGill in the dim, flickering luminescence.
Jesus.
Suddenly, the organ comes to
What
life.
is this?
Looking back towards
Phantom of the
monstrous
Opera?
thing, no one is even near it. Nevertheless, it continues to play its strange, twisted tune. The keys and pedals move wildly on their own.
This sounds like a funeral march. Just kidding.
Bad joke, Kid.
Alright, let's do this.
Kid says, taking a deep breath as she heads towards the door. I glance at McGill, nodding my head as we follow her out. It's a funeral march. It's a
Funeral march, alright.
Lynx.
Lynx.
Is there. I think it's me.
Is it? I don't know.
Because there's no...
Maybe.
There's no, like, slang to it. We could start down a long, dark path in front of us. The air down here carries a thick stench of death. Somewhere further down this passageway, Link's subterranean hideout awaits. Kid's got a strange look on her face. I can't imagine what must be going through her head right now. McGill, on the other hand, I can never reach him. I can never read him, but still, we usually talk a little, lightening things up, but right now, nobody's making a sound. I try to offer some conversation, hoping to avoid the increased tension.
Up to you.
What are we after? Why are we after the frozen flame? My question is met with nothing but a cold gaze from Kid. There's no response from her. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't heard Kid talk about much of anything in her past, ever. But then, just as I think I'm not going to get an answer, she starts to speak.
I made a promise with my big sis to get the frozen flame and bury it for her.
Bury it for her? Where?
At an old friend's grave.
Kid looks down at her feet, continuing.
I was still little at the time, so I can't remember much of it, but there was this friend of hers who she'd grown up with, who died a while back. She said she wanted him to be able to rest with the frozen flame. Oh, sorry, that was me. I didn't know what she meant by that, but after what happened at the temple, I vowed to get my revenge and honor what she wanted.
I stay silent, not knowing what kind of reply to offer. Question about the frozen flame. Does it get a cold... Does it gets you cold looks? Yeah. I stay silent, not knowing what to kind of reply to offer.
I should have talked more about it before I got you involved in everything, I guess.
She says after a while.
It's bad, Serge.
With nothing but the sound of our footsteps echoing around us, we continue on, deeper and deeper into the passageway. Suddenly, McGill comes to a stop. Do not move. Huh? Kid and I look around suspiciously. Around us, bones are scattered in all directions. Many of them have been cut cleanly in half. Looking around more, amidst the dim light I start to see the walls have been splattered with blood.
Gross.
Then suddenly, a trace of light catches my eye from behind. There's a bolt of electricity approaching us, sparkling like a lit fuse in the ground. Coming within a few feet of us, the spark splits off into two, forming a circle around us. Once the circle is complete, an odd glow starts to shine at our feet. Then from where the sparks had traced, lights shoot up towards, forming a wall of light all around us. Oh shit!
Light barrier up!
It's a devil circle. We try to move, but we find ourselves caught within rays of light. Oh shit, dude!
Oh, the first time! Well, not first, but one of the few times you get to see what their characters look like.
For some reason. With the scalding, noisy winds whirling around us, all I see are rays of shimmering light in every direction I look. What do I do? I can't see anything in all this light. McGill grabs me by the shoulder and returns me to the center of the circle. Thankfully, he seems to see just fine. His mask is probably shielding his eyes from radiance. There's always a way out of a devil circle. We have to find the gaps to walk through. Oh, here's the gaps.
It's probably Magil. McGill that says that.
There's always a way out of a devil circle. We must find the gaps to walk through. If you say so. Suddenly, Kid's elbows graze with the walls. Sparks scatter in all directions. She instantly snaps her arm back, wincing in pain. I'm fighting a devil circle! Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding world of light. Take 3 steps to the right.
3 steps to the right.
Forcefully break through. Oh, come on, to the right a little. From there we stand, a small gap. From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen on the side. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. Alright, we made it through. However, I open my eyes only to see even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us. Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding wall of light. And then it's left 2 steps. We gotta go to the left a little. There, come on. From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into my arm. I leap into it with my arm shielding my face. Right, I made it. However, I open my eyes and I see more of the wooden claws before us. Alright, almost done. That's 2 steps right.
Two steps to the right.
Small gap can be seen, and all of a sudden, jump through, shielding our arms, shielding our arms. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, I know. I got phone calls.
Oh, I hope Suresh didn't call you.
He did.
Whoops.
Why? What's up?
No, because I told him that if he tries to call me and I don't answer, call you because you're better at it than I am.
Yeah.
Pass me my phone too.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, we have things to do for the end of the day. We're just going to really quickly go through here. We have a wedding tomorrow, so I got to wake up early, clean this up, wash up, and get ready to go. Alright. I scurry away from the blood-curdling thing as fast as I can. Looking back, I see it vanish into a puff of smoke, just as quickly as it arrived. The wind instantly dies down as well, and all of a sudden, all the dust and grime that was blowing around falls back to the floor in a flash. Everything is returned to the quiet stillness. Too quiet. He's getting married tomorrow? Well, yes, he's getting married tomorrow. Officially, yes.
The reception is
The
tomorrow.
reception is tomorrow. He's already married.
Why do you have to say it that way? Yes, he's getting married tomorrow.
Well, it's because... Yeah. I don't like the way the tone that you said that. And so heading down the hallway further and further, eventually... At last. There you go. Kid steps forward, steps towards the mighty set of doors, letting out a sigh of relief.
Beyond this door, frozen flame.
From behind his mask, McGill's eyes let loose a cool radiance.
Okay, let's go.
Kid says eagerly, grasping the handle. Whoa. Ooh. The real frozen turn.
The real frozen flurm.
The Flurmans. The cavern sprawls out to great lengths before our eyes. A forgotten world, hidden deep underground. And with a scarlet radiance, a single small gem shimmers in the darkness. The frozen flame. The jewel shimmers warmly, almost as if it's responding to Kid's voice. Taking a few steps into the moist cavern,
Oh my god.
McGill whispers, "Remarkable, intact ruins of the lost magical kingdom." Just as I start to ask McGill what he means, a taunting laugh can be heard from high above us. So this is like a
So this is
Zeal.
the ruins from of the kingdom Zeal.
The Zeal Kingdom, yeah. Lynx starts.
Is it me? Lynx. Yeah.
Kid immediately pulls her knife out and hurls it through the air with all her might. As it approaches Lynx, he easily swats it out of the way, almost too quickly for me to see. I need a voice for Lynx. Meow. I went to the Cheshire Cat, but that's not it. This is, always the same. Such a savage little girl. Can't you give a gentleman an honest greeting?
You bastard!
Kid interrupts. And what we have here, the notorious Shadow Walker. I wouldn't be trying anything like the last time if I were you. Besides, beside me, I see McGill come to a stop. Oh God!
Jesus! Wow, they really did change Lynx as well.
Lord, please. Viper Manor's deadly honor. The very same man who murdered Kid's sister, deceived Riddell's father, and eradicated the Keisha Dragoons. Welcome back, Kid. Welcome back, Kid. I see you have successfully taken the bait, gluttonous as ever.
What?
Kid says, hesitantly taking a step back. Kid stares down at her with those frighteningly piercing eyes of his. You see, Kid, I brought you here because of the rock you carry.
Which rock?
Surely you remember, the one you received from your sister all those years ago. The priceless keepsake you carry with your dearly even now. Sorry, all those years ago, the priceless keepsake you carry with you dearly even now. The Chrono trigger. The trigger? Isn't that that's the Zeal pendant, right?
Yes?
Yes. How'd you know about that?
Kid's gaze returns to a scowl.
No matter, we're here for the frozen flame. You're finished, you bastard.
Ah, yes. Toss your little threats around. But remember, no matter how many times you think you've won, I've generously demonstrated how gravely you are mistaken. And with that, Lynx unsheaths a beautiful golden sabre. Golden saber. Previously, I overlooked doing away with you, letting you scurry out with your pathetic little life. However, this time, I may not be so generous. Kid takes another step back, glaring at Lynx as he approaches.
Lynx, you murderer! I'll never forgive you for Luca. This ends here and now.
Luca reference. And so, Kid leaps into the air in a fit of rage, aiming a kick between Lynx's eyes. However, just as she reaches him, he swiftly dodges. Kid stands there wondering how she could have missed. Beside her, Lynx laughs, taunting her. Jumping up once again, Kid lets loose a fierce kick. Skimming the tip of his nose, her kick cuts through nothing but air. In a parry attack, Lynx sends his razor-sharp golden sabre through the air. But Kid's already leapt back. The two face each other, only a few feet apart. If only you'd been a little faster, Kid, Lynx says, smiling. All of a sudden, a red streak across Kid's face. Kid! Wiping off the blood, Kid angrily rushes Lynx in a flash through the air. Effortlessly dodging, Lynx drives the sword into her back as soon as she lands. Kid bends back in an alarming pain. Somehow staying on her feet, she stumbles back and readies herself to charge again. A stupid little brat! Lynx lands an elbow to Kid's shoulder, knocking her clear down to the ground. I feel her pain from the pit of my stomach as I start to see blood dripping from her lips. What's wrong, little girl? Once again, Kid tries to lash out at Lynx, but he easily kicks her, sending her back into a pile of rubble. Lynx then looks upwards, focusing his concentration on the ceiling. As I look up, I see a number of rocks have become dislodged from the cavern, tumbling down onto her. Kid! I call out as I start to rush over to her. However, just as soon as I start to, I see McGill's already there. He streaked across the shadows, putting himself between Lynx and Kid. Saying nothing, Lynx shoots a thread of white light out of his fingertips. The thread-like substances entangles McGill. Binding his feet together, he hits the ground with a thud. In a dazzling radiance, a countless number of threads fly out from Lynx's fingertips. They immobilize McGill completely. They immobilize McGill completely, leaving only his head visible. How does that feel, Shadow Walker? Have you felt my web start to drain your life energy yet? Lynx says, smiling ominously. Kid, McGill, what am I supposed to do? Stand up to Lynx. Free McGill?
Do whatever you want.
Help Kid. Help Kid. Kid! She looks over towards me, with blood trickling from her mouth. She only moves a little. Kid, are you alright? She lies there motionless, wincing painfully.
Search!
It's okay, Kid, I'm here for you. How kind! However, I think you should be more concerned with your own well-being, young man. An icy chill ran down my spine as I hear the evil voice behind me. I stand up and turn around. Oh, hello, friend.
God, he's a...
So you, whoever you are, opposing me is quite useless, I'd say, as you obviously have seen. In a flash, Lynx grabs me by the neck. He strangles me with his long, disgusting fingers. Ugh! And then he starts to lift me up by my neck, struggling for air and painfully hang there, unable to tear myself free from his powerful grip. Look at your pathetic little companion suffering. You can make it all stop if you want. With blood dripping from her lips, Kid opens one of her eyes. Painfully grasping and coughing, she lifts her head up to us. She still wants to get up, but she's turned far too badly.
Search!
Hand over the Chrono trigger, Kid. Little do you know, but that rock is actually a tiny, condensed universe. When combined with the frozen flame, it gains the power to bend space-time, allowing its owner to reshape history. This all could have ever happened if you merely wished for it. Saying this, Lynx looks up towards me, expressionless. And what about you, young man? Perhaps you know where the Chrono trigger is? He asks, tightening his grip.
Search!
What are you going to do, Kid? Can you afford to let the little boy die without helping? How will it feel to have his blood on your hands? As Link grasps tighter and tighter, I find myself starting to lose it. Link's face becomes blurred. I'm fading! Suddenly, Kid's voice snaps back into attention.
I'm sorry, Search! Oh.
No, what should I do? Don't give in to him! Don't do it! My consciousness fading.
Yeah, not after he says that with those two you can bend space-time. Don't do it. Stop! The stone! Here!
Link looks over to Kid. His eyes light up as his hands loosen around my neck. No, Kid! What have you done? Abandoning me, Lynx rushes over to her side.
Here it is, Lynx.
Kid reaches into her pocket. Lynx draws closer. Despite being drained of nearly all strength, Kid manages to whip her knife out, fiercely lashing out at Lynx. Screaming viciously, Lynx falls back, cradling his mangled face. Blood starts to trickle down from between his fingers. You! Lynx staggers to his feet, keeping his right hand on the wound. I will have such fun killing you all! With as much power as she can muster, Kid kicks at Lynx, sweeping him off his feet. Spitting blood, Kid coughs a little, but still a smile manages to come through her agony.
I think that's you.
Good. I run over towards her, still feeling the burning grip of my neck. Lynx turns to Kid, staring at her with his cold, evil gaze. Child, you shall beg for death soon enough. Every flavor of pain shall be yours. Prepare to join Luca. Hearing this, Kid's eyes slowly open and catch sight of Lynx. A red-hot gaze burns through her eyes. Slowly, she rises to her feet. A shimmering light spurts out from the frozen flame. At the same time, a golden light bursts out of Kid's chest. Swirling around her, the light rises up, spreading outwards like a glistening spiral. What is this? Lynx gasps. Kid's voice calls out from deep within the shower of light.
You will not win, Lynx.
She trembles, her eyes flowing with red tears. Oh, what is? Who this? And then a single voice can be heard. It's a deep, profound voice, the voice of undeniable honesty and truth. Long ago, in a faraway kingdom lived a girl. Because of her power, the kingdom had come to an end, crumbling under its own weight. Many became engulfed in the temporal vortex that was created, never to be heard from again. It's the voice of truth. But not the girl. She lived on, enduring in much saddest fate, running from her past and fearing her future. She wanted nothing more than to be swallowed up in the surging waves of the vortex of time. God, I hope this doesn't go too long. Hating what she had done, refusing what she had said or heard. To simply continue living was her curse.
She's like, yes.
But the stone, it had other plans for her. Right, I gotta get that. Turning back the hands of her clock, scattering her memories, she was granted another chance.
So they're talking about Shala.
Yeah, but it's like parallel dimension Shala. Since her precious stone was in her possession, she carried it all with her all its will and power.
Yeah, so that time in the Ocean Palace when her mother was like,
And
activate the
so she was
time
born
power!
into this era, returning to reality as a mere infant.
Yeah.
So
that moment.
Zeel Shala, Zeel,
Yeah.
Nadia,
No, not Nadia.
Neil Shala, was sent back and reincarnated essentially.
Yeah.
And with that, the fragments of the shattered chrono trigger fall to the ground softly.
Yeah. So that moment in the Ocean Palace when Queen Zeel was all like, Princess Shala, you must activate the Mammon machine. And then
Give me some of that wine.
And then little baby Janice comes in and is like,
No, sister.
and then everybody gets scattered across time. So in that moment, yeah, everybody gets scattered through time, and Shala herself is kind of just lost in the time vortex. And she's like, I can't live, I can't die, I'm just kind of there. Well, this fucking sucks.
So the stone,
And then the stone
reincarnated
kind
her
of
as
like,
a child.
breaks her memories, but along with the stone also kind of just reincarnates her into
Different
parallel
times.
different dimensions.
Yeah, so she's just a
And then
piece of memory.
so one version of her with the stone gets reincarnated into this world as a baby. Luca finds her, raises her as kid.
That's where you get the splintering effect for all those people who are just like, what's the connection?
Yeah, so
between
everybody's
Trigger
like,
and Cross?
how the fuck does Cross mix with Trigger? This is how.
Yeah. The cavern before us slowly starts to come apart, bending inwards and outwards like a tear in reality, until we are completely removed from its existence. A single girl's voice resounds in the darkness.
Please. This dark energy. Make it stop.
So this is the will of
Shala, probably.
Shala against the Mammon, against Lavos energy. So we're in some weird space-time. Losing all sense of reality and presence, I become engulfed in this realm, drifting aimlessly through the ages. Look, there's a
There's a
T-Rex.
dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Look at that dinosaur.
The world flows, time dissolves, and people live and die. I can see it all within this mysterious ocean. The origin of time. Everyone of life's tranquilities is here. Fish. Fish. I can see myself as a baby crying at my mother's side. Or she gives a warm, proud grin. I can see myself as an old man, softly smiling, knowing that death will come soon. Infinite versions of myself extend like ghosts throughout this endless corridor of time. Everywhere I look, I see another life, another era. In this unfolded existence, I see countless lives and countless dreams. Resting in eternity. A kind of voice calls out to me. A single song. So you can see the white beaches on the bottom right?
Mm.
And that's kind of like
A little bit of
a reference to
Opasa
Cross.
Beach.
Yeah. Kid! Kid! Snake! Can you hear my voice? Answer me, kid. Please.
Who's calling my name? Serge? Where is this?
Kid, you're here!
That song. That beautiful song. It was Luca's favorite.
Kid softly smiles, closing her eyes. I can see she can't help but shed a few tears for this long-lost reminiscence. This song is actually something I composed in my earlier years, back when I was a musician. Kid seems to be very fond of it.
You called out to me, Serge. You called my name. Thank you. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm here for you, kid.
It all makes so much sense now. I know who I am. Serge, I know what I'm here for.
Let's go back now, okay? I'm ready. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Pretty much.
Lynx has pinned Kid to the ground. And now you shall. And now. No, I should have been Palpatine's voice. And now you shall see death. What do I do? Square off with Lynx?
Do whatever you want.
Protect Kid. Lynx will have to get through me if she wants to get to Kid. Oh, will I get to put both of you out of your misery at once? Lynx raises his sabre overhead. Ready to plunge it into a double penetration. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
I guess it would my
Is my guess, probably.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Or poor? There, under a large hood, stands an old woman from before.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
So, Vera, looks like poor couldn't keep their hands out of this after all, says Lynx flatly.
Good to see you again, Master Lynx. Seems you've seen better days.
The old lady. She's from poor. Probably.
The frozen flame. We will take custody of it now. It seems none of you can decide on who the rightful owner should be.
The old lady gives a small signal, and dozens of armed troops rush out from behind her, securing the cavern. I will not forget this, Vera. Vera, Lynx shouts, floating up in the air. Brimming with hatred, Lynx's glance turns to us. And you will see death by my hand. Saying this, Lynx vanishes into thin air. The soldiers untie McGill and start heading towards us. The old woman gazes down on us from her hood.
I believe you ought to come with us.
Looking up, I notice the armed soldiers have now swarmed us with their weapons ready. Seeing this, McGill instantly waves his hand in the air, calling out some sort of incantation. Darkness envelop under my command.
Oh, God, that's always funny.
Suddenly, all light in the caverns put out. It's now or never.
Quickly, Serge!
Oh, quickly, Serge.
Okay.
I grab onto McGill, and who's holding Kid. Together, we flee the cavern, vanishing into the darkness. Chirp, chirp, bitches. Led by McGill, we make our way down to the mansion. Back in the forest, we see a search party's torches here and there, hunting for us. Their militant barking can be heard as they continue to get closer and closer to us. We stop behind a tree for a moment or two, catching our breath. I look down to Kid, who's taking quite a beating. Are you okay?
Yeah, mate. Fine.
We're completely surrounded, says McGill. We must be on our way. Looking around, I suddenly see torches all around us, starting to close in. Kid suddenly lifts her head up.
Go, Serge. Save yourself.
It's continued.
Oh, sorry. The troop is only after McGill and me. If they find you alone, they'll let you go.
What are you talking about? I can't leave you now. Not like this.
I told you, I'll be fine, mate.
But...
Don't worry. I remember now, Serge. Who I used to be long ago.
She says, staring up into the night sky. Seeing the reflection of 100,000 stars in her eyes, I can't help but be taken in by that lonely, one-in-a-million expression of hers. Kid,
Don't worry. I'm okay.
she says with a smile.
Someday, I know I'll see you again. Without a doubt.
She softly closed her eyes.
Lucas' Chrono Trigger was lost. But we couldn't even get our hands on the frozen flame. But it's okay. It's all okay. Because tonight, in my heart, a shiny new treasure was born, Serge. The single most valuable, unstealable treasure in the entire world.
Saying this, Kid stares at me firmly with one of those eyes of hers. Those bold, straight, honest eyes.
knowing who I am. It's bigger than all of this. Bigger than Lynx, bigger than the frozen flame. And nothing can take that away. Not as long as I'm alive.
At this moment, listening to her under the starry night sky, I found myself wanting nothing more than to be with her to be here with her right now. Staring into her eyes, I only wish time could stop at this very instant.
Goodbye, Serge. Thank you.
And with that, Kid turns her back to me and disappears into the darkness. Kid!
Don't follow me! Please, don't follow me.
Unable to control my feelings, I start to rush after her. However, a shadow abruptly blocks my path. It's Magel. He slowly shakes his head, a sorrowful look in his eyes. With that, shadowy figure draws back, dissolving into the darkness. Magel! Kid! Kid! I didn't fight for it. In my version, he fought. Like, he ran after them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so the curtain closes on another tale. However, in another time, after the spotlight had faded from Kid, Magel, and Riddell. In another place, in another time, a similar band of adventurers had come forth, equally unsuspecting of their other selves, and life went on as they strode out into the great unknown. But that's a story for another day. For now, I shall put down my pen.
Oh, actually, no. I think that's Kid.
This one? No, this is.
No, that's Kid's
Serge.
journal.
This is Serge's journal.
Is it?
Yeah, his great-grandfather. As I softly close my grandfather's diary, I hear my mother's voice call for me from downstairs. Shivala!
Shivala! Tiaman! Payosa! Lila! Which is, did you hear me? Your friend is here.
Serge, we found some ruins of some old mansion up by the north. There's Kitsune forest today. Come on, let's go explore it.
Shivala!
So this is like one of the photos they had left. I think with like the start of the party. Or, yeah. Her hair's not in her braid though. Yeah, so that's one of the endings you can get, which is really weird for me because in this one, what happened? So in this one, he just accepted it. He was just like, okay, she's gone. Like, this sucks. In one version I played, Serge like raged like hard. He banged. He's like, no, come back, and then he runs into the darkness and he can't find them afterwards. There's another version where, if I remember correctly, if you get a certain like story right, like with the sunflower story right or something, you bump into Kid being attacked by a flower beast, and you have to protect her. What are you looking for?
Nothing.
Yeah. So that's radical. What's one playthrough of Radical Dreamers?
Yeah, just like the other Chrono games, it has multiple endings. After the credit roll, you can go back and play through multiple endings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely. I think it's because with the walkthrough, I got you through with like the pretty much as close to the best scores with your affection levels with Kid. And yeah, your affection levels with Kid directly influence how she acts. So if you were not in if you weren't in good standing with her, she would not have pulled the whole like sacrifice the crown sugar to save you while you're being choked out.
Yeah, so for those of you who now wonder what the connection is between Trigger and Cross, there you have it. Cross is a parallel universe where a splinter of Shala's being reincarnates as a kid, or yeah, and then it drives the narrative for, and then it connects to Surge, it connects to a Surge, and it connects to a Miguel, or it connects to a Magus character, or McGill character. And then they go to Viper Manor to steal the Frozen Flame.
So I guess in this respect we really should take Magil with us in our Viper Manor raid.
The first time? It's not that bad.
No, I'm just saying because there are 3 branching paths.
Yeah, there's Nikki,
Pierre, and Magus.
Or is his name Magus?
No.
Is this the other one?
Wait.
It's like Alf.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
He goes under so many different names. I don't fucking know, man.
Oh, look at that. So pretty. Finn.
Aw, Finn.
I don't know why it's actually it has the French version. I think it came out in French, but not in English, so they're just using the next best thing.
You think?
I think so, yeah. So with that in mind, can we move past this point? We can. All right, cool. And then just give me a new game plus option.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the best one.
Yeah.
That's the best one. Kid, and the in French that's it's basically the unstealable jewel. Well, the jewel that cannot be stolen. Or treasure that cannot be stolen. The treasure in Terte cannot be taken or stolen. I think it's French, yeah. The Japanese version is Nusume Nai. Nusume Nai. Hoseki. The unstealable treasure. Or, yeah, unstealable treasure. So we've got the number 1 ending. That's the best ending you can get. I don't remember what the worst ending is. I'm assuming the worst ending is you completely die fighting monsters.
Oh, yeah. 2003, man.
No, this is Demi Forces. Okay, no, you're right. 2003, because 1999 was when Chrono Cross came out, right? No, I'm sorry. This is 2003 because Demi Force put out their last patch for this in 2003. It's not a 2003 game. It's like early 1990s. Famicom internet thing. Yeah, see. So when I opened that notebook my mother had given me, she found while she was cleaning. Blah, blah, blah.
Long lost notebook of
my great-grandfather. And says, do you still remember how we first met and all of our adventures since it all seems like such a dream nowadays. You were a piece of the star that fell from the sky. From the multiverse. Yeah, and then from there, the kid's just reading their life story. It's basically the kid is like, whenever I want to return to those days long gone, I close my eyes and I whisper your name into the evening sky. To be fair, he was a musician, right, before, so kid. It's basically like choose your own adventure novel. This kid's game, like, we'll skip back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then this is how they start off in Chrono Cross.
This is how they start Chrono Cross.
And it's Surge from another dimension. It's a different Surge from a different dimension.
Yeah.
And depending on how that ending goes, you can marry her or something, or you're her guard. I don't remember. I think you marry her.
It's hinted at that you marry her. It's just as the book closes, you see a picture.
A photo of them too.
Yeah, of them together in a very
regal, almost ceremonial.
Yeah, and a ceremonial kind of like those Victorian black and white photos where you had the wife and then the husband. Yeah.
So this is them running up to Viper Manor. I'm not sure how how Cross is gonna go. I think it's only available on PS4.
3? You mean?
PS3, which is compatible for PS4. You have to download it from the shop, if I remember correctly.
Well, I mean, if worst comes to worst, we have.
True, we do have PS2s,
PS1.
Yeah, and a PS2.
Yeah.
And technically we should have... Yeah,
1996.
There
you go. That's the proper one.
Yeah. So, yeah, 1999 was when Cross came out. So 3 years after the fact. But yeah.
And then 2003 was the latest patch.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. For those of you, I don't think I see anyone new in here, but in case you're watching this in the past, I appreciate you coming by. Remember to follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We got a YouTube page now, but that's just kind of there to what's the word I'm looking for? That's there to kind of like archive our stuff now, because it's been a year and none of it's been archived, and it kind of sucks that we don't have it. Like all 3 like Final Fantasies are now just in clips form, so that's all we got. So we're just doing that now. And then, yeah, remember to follow us on the channel if you haven't already. My name is Rashi.
And Joyce.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye!
Bye!